Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. It's a Monday night. We're kicking off another wrestling week with WWE RAW tonight. A 2-hour Raw. Lots to talk about, lots to get into. So don't be quiet. Don't be shy. Get in that chat. Click all the buttons. Be a part of all the fun here at the Wrestling for Life Network. It's going to be a good night, and make sure you click all those buttons. Strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good, and let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We're back in live and at it again, folks. It's going to be a fun one here tonight as we get into WWE RAW, the fallout from Bad Blood, what will happen, 2 title matches, and so much more. Me and that pretty face got you for tonight, and we're heading into another crazy week in the wrestling world. Title Tuesday tomorrow, NXT versus AEW. It's going to be a fun one, plus Wrestle Dream on the horizon. Lots to get into, lots to talk about, lots of IWC banter out there. But we will run through it all. Make sure you get in that chat, click all the buttons. Don't forget those little reaction buttons. They help the algorithm, as we want to see triple digits in the chat every single night. So, without further ado, I will remind you, I am Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. That is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight KJ White. I am Big Nick, and yes, for the first time since 2012, we only have a 2-hour Monday Night Raw. Hallelujah, there is the Lord above. But I got to ask you the question, my guy. It's been bugging me all weekend. We got to talk about this. Why are you out there beating up Cody Rhodes in parking lots?
I love it. I fucking love it. I think it's the best shit. I thought it was well done. I mean, the fact that, the fan videos unto themselves were great because you hear people being like, KO, no, KO, don't do it. Right. I thought, again, kayfabe can live. Kayfabe can be alive and well and strong, even in 2024. Again, I think I was wilding out and, getting that ATL vibe. I just had enough of Cody's shit. You had to go get him. So
you were getting crunk up out there in Atlanta and everything. But yeah, I know this is where I have to do. I'm stupid. You're smart. I was wrong. And you were right.
I saw that when you sent the gift. I was like, that's not the point. But
yeah, but I didn't expect it. I thought they were just teasing, and I thought we were going to get the rainy turn. But apparently, KO's sick of Cody's sugar honey iced tea. And I saw some people try and say that it was a quote unquote risk that they did it the way that they did, in the sense of no cameras were going to be there to catch that, which I don't think was true. That they were relying strictly on fan footage, but that invokes the reaction like you were talking about, to where you actually had fans leaving the arena screaming, KO, no, no.
They did it in a spot where they knew people were. They did it outside the bus. The bus wasn't in the garage. The bus was out in the open. They knew fans were there. And if nobody saw it, I guarantee WWE would have leaked it from somewhere, it is a risk. But again, with great risk comes great reward. And if you don't mix it up, if you don't try new things, you're just presenting the same old shit over and over. To be honest, I had gone to the point where I thought KO was going to be the guy that kind of held strong. Like, maybe he isn't going to turn. Maybe it's all going to be Randy. However, I thought it was a really cool way to do it. A real genuine feel to the whole situation. I thought it was well done. And again, you and I had signed off. Good night, everybody. We're done. And before I could close my eyes, people were blowing me up of like, holy shit. Like, that's what you want from wrestling, coming off of a huge pay-per-view. And then just to throw in this little caveat of like, well, is Cody going to be involved with Roman moving forward? No, we got that answer real quick.
Right. And the whole situation pretty much outdid The Rock showing up, which, for everyone who doesn't know, Dwayne showed up too, by the way. And it was even still cutting promos the second he's leaving the arena. Did you see that one too? To where he's, I love you. I hate your kid. Hey, you, eat your Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah. Yeah. Talking shit to the trucks.
Right.
And again, everything to me is calculated. I don't think anybody's doing things willy-nilly. It was almost like, like look up, all right, action. Like
Right.
they knew there was fans lined up on that overpass. They knew fans were looking down, hoping to get a sign or sighting of Cody or whatever. But they knew they were there. And then, by the way, nice car, KO.
Right. But yeah, that segues perfectly into, did you see the clip going around about Solo kind of whispering either to Jacob or to the crowd? It's all part of the plan with Dwayne showing up. So
yeah,
I think 100% The Rock's the mastermind.
Yeah. I mean, again, a long-standing theory. I thought, again, this is another really cool way to do it because we said it in the night of like, well, the bloodline just ran off. That's interesting. What does that mean? And, I kind of surmised at the time of, this is probably going to be, they play coy and play in the background. But again, to let fan footage leak out of Solo being like, "Here, we're planning this, don't worry." I thought it was genius. It is a perfect example that social media can be used. We see Pierce use it every week. We see Aldis use it every week. Now we see all these fan videos. We had our boy Anthony in the chat, in the crowd at Bad Blood. And again, it's all this stuff that helps generate the buzz. When you see millions and millions and millions of clicks, more people are clicking on videos like that than watching entire other shows.
And that's the thing that WWE's been ahead of the curve on with this whole situation since the jump of all the way back to, I'd say, 2020 when they went into the cinematics and everything. They got ahead of the whole social media aspect of it. I can have this little clip that goes out, or this fan video goes viral because it's, leaking something that you weren't supposed to see. And more people are going to just scroll through and they'll see the 10-second, 15-second clip, what have you, than sit there and watch the full 3-hour show, to be honest.
Right. Yeah, again, the clips help. They push storylines. Again, we've seen even going into the Wyatt stuff and the Wyatt Six, they've used social media. We've seen Chelsea Green use social media.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen so many people. We've seen other women like a Roxanne use it to start beef and pick fights, and it gets the fans talking. And it does blur that line between what is real and what is just entertainment. And I guarantee you there was a handful of people of like, Kevin Owens just really beat the shit out of Cody. He wasn't even on the show. Like, yes, that's beautiful.
100%. But I did also, because this kind of connects to Bad Blood, I shout out our boy Ryan Polo in the chat there because he made me aware of, I guess, this theory going around that because of the whole Gunther Goldberg interaction from Saturday, that Goldberg's going to show up and cost Gunther the title and Sami's going to win tonight.
No. Gunther's going to beat Sami. We are going to get Gunther Goldberg at Crown Jewel.
Because he's going to face Cody.
What?
He's got to face Cody. Remember, they have the big gaudy title.
Champ. Okay, good.
So that's why I'm saying people think that we're going to get Gunther with a Goldberg spear and then Sami 1, 2, 3.
If Sami becomes world champion tonight, y'all are going to fucking hear me go. I don't see it, Nick. I really don't. But as much as I hate Goldberg, like Bret Hart, y'all are going to hear some shit talking if Sami walks away world champion. I'm fully mentally prepared for that decision to happen. I don't see it because then, I mean, you set up Sami, Cody Rhodes, but then that does free up Gunther Goldberg. A lot of people are not going to be happy with, like, Gunther lost the title. What do you mean? But I don't give a fuck. Let's do it. I'm all for chaos.
It would fit with how they just put the title on Jay. You get a super huge babyface moment and everything. It would be equivalent almost to, Mrs. Foley's baby boy wins the big one.
Yeah.
And everything. But yeah, I don't see it. I think, honestly, I don't know why people are thinking that Goldberg's going to be anywhere past with his appearance in Atlanta. I think that's why they did it. And the man was having issues getting over the barricade to get into the ring. I don't think we need to worry about him trying to get Gunther up for a jackhammer.
He didn't pop over that. He slid over that.
Yeah, he gracefully fell.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, dude. And I don't know. I know Goldberg's been petitioning, I deserve one more match. You don't deserve shit. You got more than you deserve from the wrestling world. But maybe it's Gunther Goldberg at Survivor Series. I keep forgetting about this title versus title. a lot of mixed reviews. I didn't necessarily have the means or the ability to defend it. It's interesting because so many people, and you and I have heard it and seen it for so long on this channel, Nick, of people being like, they should go back to old Survivor Series. So they went back to old Survivor Series. They're just doing it at Crown Jewel. Champion versus champion. Let's go.
But that's not what people thought when you say old Survivor Series, and especially the way that they pulled up that announcement was a swing and a whiff. If you would have just had that as a press release or something, it doesn't get as nearly the blowback that it did. If you're doing it and setting up as a historic moment and a historic announcement, and oh boy, howdy was that a TK announcement.
Yeah, it wasn't my favorite. I mean, again, I don't have really the means to defend it. It wasn't like, I'm like, oh, Trips is coming out on a pay-per-view with something big. And that wasn't it for my money.
Right.
I don't, the belt's ridiculous. It's huge. It's the size of the front end of a car.
It looks like an AEW belt. I've seen people compare it to like the AEW world title or the women's title.
Right. But yeah, I mean, overall, again, it wasn't my favorite thing. But you and I doing this, as long as we've done this now, we kind of know the Saudi shows are a little fuckery.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's why I thought we were going to get Dwayne versus Cody at Saudi. You thought, Gunther Goldberg, and I'm thinking Cody Dwayne. So yeah, 100%. It's very much you just play to that nostalgia act and everything. But speaking of a nostalgia act, did you see Ryback's tweet about how unsafe CM Punk is because Drew McIntyre had to get 16 stitches across his cranium?
Oh, I don't see anything from Ryback. He blocked
Fair
me.
Enough.
He don't like me. But he can go fuck himself, and that's as polite as I can be. Him and Goldberg, I mean, I have no interest. They should go fight each other in the desert and never come back.
I'm amazed they never have.
Again, I mean, he swung a toolbox. It happened. I mean, I saw a lot of people be like, "Oh, people got mad about a chair shot, and now nobody's mad about." There's a difference. There is a difference. I mean, when I really do think he didn't mean to split his head open. No. He didn't mean to clap him, but he caught him with the corner, and it happens. Like, again, we are very sensitive. We can't pick our spots. And I mean, when you kind of smartly go into something, they had an amazing match, but they were pushing the limits, and we knew we were going to get blood. We knew we were going to get something. He just busted him open the hard way, and it was a great visual at the end of the day. And again, I think that's accidentally clipping somebody with the toolbox is different than him on his knees going, "All right, now hit me over the head with this chair. You said
right." And you had moments that weren't, I would say, I don't want to say weren't super dangerous, but in the grand scheme of things, they just looked a lot worse than they probably really were. I mean, outside of maybe Drew's spine on the ring steps and everything, but there wasn't syringes. There wasn't, the stakes of wood from a burned down house. There wasn't plastic bags and everything like that. So, he accidentally clipped him with the toolbox and everything. T's and P's. Hopefully Drew, gets better, because that shot was nasty. Seeing all the stitches and everything. But yeah, it's a different setup when you don't have all the extra chaos around it and everything. When you have stuff that's calculated, instead of, doing power bombs onto cinder blocks, you have beads dumped on CM Punk's head. You have Drew doing the spot with the stairs and everything like that. You have much better and more calculated spots.
Yeah, and again, I mean, it's all within the confines of a match. And yes, we acknowledge it's a very physical activity. At times, shit's going to go wrong. And again, I think if Drew was on his knees being like, "Hit me," and Punk came in with the toolbox and drilled him, I mean, again, and Ryback, well, I mean, fuck you, Ryback. I mean, this guy was, CM Punk in the midst of one of the best matches of 2024, one of the best Hell in a Cells we've seen in a long time, accidentally clipped the guy and gave him some stitches. You missed a table with a human. Shut up. Right. Like, honestly, shut up, Ryback. The guy tried so hard to make himself relevant. He is vile, and he is horrible. And again, I don't think he can back up any of his claims. When was the last time anyone seen this man next to a ring?
Maybe just an onion ring, but I was going to say, as people that are completely opposite of Ryback and everything, as we were at triple digits in the chat and everything, we should say hi to the peoples.
See Money, the first one in the house tonight. Nick, hello, my friends. We meet
When we
again.
meet again, it's been a while. Where should we begin?
You know better. Rocco, how you doing? How you doing? Big Nick reminding everybody to join our Discord and get in that Discord. Light it up. Have some chit chat. Let's get it going. It's been a little quiet lately. Looking forward to Gunther versus Sami. Damien always looking forward to a bunch of stuff. What's up, Kevin? How you doing? How you doing? Eric, Paul, 316, the happiest man in the building. We get one tonight and began 2 hours, not 3 hours. I'm not sure what the first part meant, but TJ, how you doing? Christian, what is up? His prediction for Raw is I predict Adam Pearce will call out CM Punk and Drew McIntyre to shake hands to signify. That'd be a bold strategy, Cotton. And I know that Punk's scheduled to be there tonight. I don't know that Drew is, but I do think, we all know or should know, Punk and Drew are done. So I don't know if we need that handshake.
No, you don't need something like that to signify, oh, I guess we're, frenemies now. No, it should never be something like that.
Yeah, the only way you're doing that is if you have plans to turn Drew babyface after all this. Like, he comes out. But then again, after 9 months and then a Hell in a Cell, you don't just wake up the next day with a split open head and go, I really like that guy.
You know who does that? Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker does that after Jey Uso beats him. He's all of a sudden, I'm fine. Thank you, Jey, for beating me.
Thank you. Goldberg and Gunther, what do y'all think about that? I think it's going to suck. I do.
I don't think it's going to happen, so I don't need to think about it.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, Goldberg is the only guy I can think of off the top of my head that made Triple H, made The Undertaker break kayfabe in the middle of a match. Like, that Saudi match with with Goldberg goes down in history as one of the worst things I've ever seen. I've never visibly seen Mark Calloway pissed off and just disappointed with the whole situation. Goldberg, the thing that bothers me the most, Nick, is for all the hype around Goldberg, he never worked on his craft. He never got better.
Because he reached the mountaintop so fast that you never think that you never had to climb. You were just the guy.
Yeah. Like, you can't do a drop toe hold after 30 years in the business. Like, you brag all the time, I've been in the business. And, well, fuck, you didn't learn nothing.
Remember, not to belabor a dead point here, but remember when William Regal stretched the ever-loving bejesus out of Goldberg and just embarrassed him and showed him you are not a professional wrestler. You are a guy who is 5 moves of doom.
Yeah, 100%. What's up, odds? Denisha, welcome back. MDB, the Monday Night Knee Pad is in the house. Curtis, let me talk to you. How you doing? How you doing? The Over-Under King, who no longer our predictions champion. Big Nick, is there something wrong with Buffalo? Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with Buffalo?
I don't even want to get into it. Yeah, well, I've 2 straight losses. Christ, I'm about to be 0-5 in our fantasy. It's all downhill for me right now.
I'm so thrilled I drafted Allen. Son of a bitch.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Now you stole him from me. Now I almost might trade him back to me.
I'll give him back. Fuck, have him. I can't take this.
Buffalo is burning right now, and I don't know what to do with it.
I mean, again, just inconsistent. It's killing me. Want to talk about Collision? All the time, Badger. All the time. What's up? We got Christian already. We got you already. Jonathan and Megan, how you doing? How you doing? Love it. Hi. Polo in the house. Badger Stone, I think we said hello to. Boston, always a pleasure, sir. How you doing? How you doing? Dun, dun, dun. I'm trying to find some more names. Alexis. J1, how you doing? How you doing? What's up? Looking forward to Monday Night Raw. Let's go, Tigers. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go, Yankees.
Trekpedia, how you doing? Michael, how you doing? Vance, welcome back. Welcome back. Over under 7. I'm going over.
2 hours now. 2 hours.
Yeah. 4 an hour.
So that'd be 8. That'd be 8. I'll take 8.
8 feels right. I'll go with 8 as we see 113 people hanging out with us, folks. We are about 10 minutes away from the show. Just going through roll call and saying hello to everybody and people. Sorry. Remember, we have the super chat, super stickers, and the membership. If you want to guarantee we click on your message, we click on more messages than any other channel out there. But if you want to guarantee you get seen, make sure you hit those buttons. Paul Carpenter, how you doing? Why is Kevin starting beef with Cody Rhodes already? when he got The Rock coming back and all that crazy shit. This is just a mess. Not a mess at all. Not a mess at all. KO's had a long-standing reason to hate it, and The Rock's probably going to end up busy with his family. So not messy.
No, not messy. And still, you've got to see how they interweave everything. Right now, everything's just started. We still don't even fully know what Dwayne meant by his whole little 1, 2, 3, all that and everything. You probably nailed it on the head of saying that he's saying all three of you're done. I don't know if it was him challenging Cody, if it was him challenging Roman, what have you.
Yeah, some people said that it was pointing out that, he pinned Cody 1, 2, 3. Other people like me thought, he was telling all three people in the ring, like, y'all are in big trouble. You'll see. And again, I mean, this is very intriguing. I'm very excited about it. But there is that storyline. And again, it's going to come out as to what was said between the two men. What caused KO's breaking point? Like, I don't know what it is. So to say it's a mess, I mean, it's a lot cleaner than a lot of situations.
Everything just started. All of these stories and everything literally just happened on Saturday, 2 days ago. Like, y'all hating on the opening credits. Can we at least get through the first act before we start, saying this might be an issue? Like, we're gangbanging on opening credits now with this, and we're hating on opening credits.
You mad
the
at
stories are just starting out. We just had Kevin Owens attack Cody. We just had Dwayne show up. And even he said, The Rock's going to let you know when The Rock wants to let you know and all that. So we still don't know what's going to happen and when and where. We can't already say that it's a mess right when it's literally at the starting gate.
Yeah, and I mean, I agree with Polo. I mean, in the sense of, I think this is how you get Cody away from this shit of like, a lot of people were buzzing and had rumors of like Cody's going to be in War Games. Cody's going to be in the, still a part of this Roman storyline. We're going to yank him away from that. And I think not only did KO turn on him, I do still think Randy is due to hit him with something at some point. So
100%. That could be 41. I think that's Mania 41.
Oh, I'm down. Final boss, Keyshawn, good to see you. Vance, good to see you. Nick, take over. Jack,
fair enough. Jake, I'm trying to find where you is. You's up there. There. I got 1, 2, 3 kid. What up? We still got Badger Stone. We got Vance. We got 360. We got Trek. We got AJH3. We got Wrestling Proud. Who else do we got? We got B Hockey out here. Bihan. We got Safet. We got Alexis again going and telling us to be quiet about Ryback and Goldberg. They're like the boogeyman. If you mention them too much, they'll come back. Kevin, what up? Christian, what up? Scrolling. Ronan, what up? Spaz, what up? Wesley, going down. Spaz with a super chat saying, with $10 saying, K Jiggity, Nico Esgrande and Tony Rings might be random, but Hammerstone defeated Trent Seven last night to become and new Destiny World Wrestling Champion. They are coming to Fight Network soon. Check it.
Yeah, Hammerstone also won like a bodybuilder flex off contest as well. So
what in the Vince McMahon are you talking about? The Ico Pro?
I watched the video, dude. It's crazy when like I can see all of your muscles, all of them. Like 1, 2, 3 kids in the house as well. Good to see you, buddy. Me and KG are going to be pulling what hair we have out like Mick Foley as Mankind if Sami wins. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. Like
Sammy's gonna be, or KJ's gonna be celebrating. You, Polo's gonna be unhappy.
Oh, will he be unhappy? I'll be celebrating. I'll be thrilled. I'll be like yelling at all the people. I went to some WoW matches recently. Great stuff and lots. Listen, WoW is underrated in the sense of they know who they are, and their shows are really formatted in a way that they move quick. I've watched enough WoW where it's just like match. Pre-tape, match, pre-tape, like they tell you what's up and they move on. Like even if you don't watch it, I mean, good on them.
It's very much akin to and harken back to the territories and everything. If it runs like you would see, like a Saturday night main event, if it was a weekly program and everything.
Yeah, 100%. Kyle, how's it going? Any chance of Paul Heyman? I don't know. I mean, again, I think at some point Paul has to come back.
He was cited at Bad Blood, but obviously, clearly, just more backstage. He was in the same parking lot when like KO and Cody were fighting and everything. Paul had left there. Like, that's the thing, is all the wrestlers were coming through there. So like you said, they knew the fans are going to sit there and stop and wait. And, oh, hi, Gunther. Hi, you remember me? This blip up here on this fucking bridge. Hi.
Location. They knew exactly what was up.
Right.
And again, it was a calculated risk. But what are the odds that Cody and KO or anybody get in a fist fight in the parking lot that somebody doesn't catch on a video camera? It'd be pretty miraculous.
The amount of stuff that people catch on social media and catch on camera and everything right now that never needs to see the light of day ever. Yeah. 100%.
Hopefully this KO thing gets Cody away from the bloodline. I think so, Mr. Noob. Welcome back. Get butt kiss. It's always fun. Cody and KO can only be settled one way. Dog collar tuxedo match in a cell. All the hats.
Right. If I can
Anthony's
skip
with us.
Hi, Anthony. I was just skipping a line real quick of Craig mentioned with Raw going to 2 hours. That means some wrestlers might leave WWE because of less TV time. I have heard this discussed. I don't believe it.
Well, you still have the rumor or the all but confirmed that SmackDown will be going to 3 hours. We don't know how long Netflix is going to be. Will some people be put on the back burner and have an extended Christmas holiday? Perhaps. But again, I think budget cuts are a necessary evil in the business. And at the end of the day, yeah, some people that are not prominent or they need to make room for some other people to become prominent. Again, Tony Khan's waiting with a big old piggy bank for you to fall into.
I think it's going to work out to where now we'll avoid stuff feeling like it's on repeat, because now you've got 2 hours and you have so many storylines going on with Raw right now. You have Dom, Liv, and Rhea. You have Finn and Damien. You have Gunther. You have Jay. You have CM Punk and Drew. You have the Wyatt Six. You have all of this going on Raw. You have Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed.
Right.
So now you have all of this stuff that you can just intertwine and fold in. Of this week, we're really focusing of Seth's going to make an appearance, and then Jay's going to have a match, and then Sami's going to have a match, and then next week, Bronson Reed's going to have a match, and then the Wyatt Six show up. You can really now use, like we talked about, where they keep stuff off of pay-per-views. Now you've stacked up weeks of television.
Yeah, and we got about 2 minutes, so I won't belabor this point too long. But hello, Eco. Hello, Wrestling Crowd. Triple H did this really well when he was running NXT Black and Gold. If you guys remember, you didn't see your favorite wrestlers every single week. Some key people, yes, but it was like an angle. Then maybe the next week all we get is a pre-tape or a backstage. Like, they really did a good job of cycling people in and out. So you get something 1 week, you wouldn't get something for a couple, then you get something. They tell you in 2 weeks they're going to be fighting. That keeps everyone fresh, and it did really good for Black and Gold. And I think that is something that Triple H wants to do and has shown us. Again, we could have put Gunther and Sami or Jay and Xavier or the triple threat match for the tag titles all on the pay-per-view. But we want our weekly shows to be worth watching.
Right. We do this 365 days a year. I'm not going to sit there and burn through my stories right out the gate here.
Heel Mark, good to see you. Sue, good to see you. I'm about to get the start, I think. Misfits, good to see you. Heel Mark, I got you. Stoner Jesus, may the blunt be with you.
You beat me to it this time.
Michael's in with us. Spaz, we said hello to. 316, we got you. Is yours start again? I got a commercial.
I got the end of 911.
I got that one already. Dale, the OG, welcome back, sir. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Anthony is in the chat, by the way. Ringsider Anthony, who was live in Atlanta. And if you haven't seen the shorts or Anthony's content, go check it out. Some really cool videos presented by our chapeau that runs the show.
Right. Yeah.
Hipley Dipley, welcome. I will remind everyone.
Right.
Yeah. Make sure you hit share and subscribe.
I have then. Well, I had then. I have now.
Wait.
I am. I'm waiting at forever.
Oh, okay. I haven't got it yet, so give me a second.
Fair enough. No, I figured, but yeah, I was trying to find a good line of demarcation.
Sounds good. I got my first match this month at the Monsters Bash, October 19th. I am fighting for a hard cam and a second hard cam. There you go, Michael. Good luck. and keep us up to date on how your stuff is going, sir.
Yeah, reach out to Big Trouble Bob Bishop. He knows all about, hitting the hard cam. I heard you.
Together.
Right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Nick and I are synced up, ready to go. It is time for Raw. Be a friend, tell a friend. Let's get to 150 in this chat, as it's going to be a crazy week here on the channel. Back tomorrow for 2 shows, 1 stream, as NXT will go one-on-one with AEW. And, of course, it's the go-home show for Wrestle Dream. We will be live for that Saturday night. And preview show Thursday, SmackDown Friday. We got so much.
100%, 100%. And I forgot that they're in St. Louis tonight, where actually NXT will be as well tomorrow night here.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, TK, for giving us a Wednesday night off. I appreciate it.
TNA does the same thing. Yeah, and again, it's smart booking, because I think that's one of the issues with certain companies, and I won't name names, but if you see them on every show every week, you get so sick of them. 5 years deep of here this motherfucker comes again. It just doesn't work. You got to keep it cycled. By the way, we haven't even talked about that there's a Donnybrook tonight.
I was going to say, what you said as here this motherfucker comes again, as I had Pete Dunne show up on my screen. So I was like, damn, this man hating on Pete Dunne already. But yeah, we're getting a Donnybrook too. See, that's the thing, is it's the same thing like with SmackDown. We forgot we were getting a dumpster match because everything else was so awesome. Everything so awesome on Monday Night Raw that we forgot we were getting a Donnybrook match.
Absolutely. John C. back with us. TJ, I think we got you, or the other TJ, or maybe you're both the same person. Andre's with us. This chat is beautifully filling up, folks. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. We take a prediction on every single match. We take a rating out of 10 at the end of the night. So stick around. Let us know how you felt about the show. And congratulations to Big Dog, who I think is working right now, who did steal the championship on Saturday.
Right. He's going to be elated about that. But Lisa is saying this show is 4 times more stacked than Wrestle Dream.
Ooh. We'll talk about that later this week.
We'll talk about it. Commercial break.
They are just throwing shit at the wall.
A little bit.
This is what happens when you have so many shows in succession. Oh, great. Sexy Red.
We got Sexy Red starting off Monday Night Raw.
All right. You're losing points already, Trips. Oh, no. My thoughts exactly.
Whoa. Make America sexy again is what her hat says, ladies and gentlemen.
What are we going to have? Can we start with your face?
Well, we've still talked about how WWE is going to start using more actual licensed music. You had Hardy show up on SmackDown before Bad Blood. You have a new theme with Meg Thee Stallion for SmackDown. You have the new theme with Future and Lil Wayne for NXT. I think we're just waiting till Raw goes to Netflix before they get a new theme. So
I don't mind it. I just don't get Sexy Red. I don't get why she's a thing. I've heard her compared to like Cardi or Nikki, and I think it's bullshit. I don't think I don't know what talent she brings to the table. Sorry. Yeah, we're going to a Bad Blood video package, folks.
Right. Yeah. John C's shouting out Sexy Red. I like this. I'm not going to read the name, but what the fuck is a Sexy Red?
I don't know. Again, I don't think she knows because it's not accurate. It's false advertising.
Well, and instead of the, rock and wrestling connection, now we've got the hop and wrestling connection. I dig it. As a fan of hip hop, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, but I mean, talented people would be my vote.
Yeah, well, we got to get in at the starting floor, my guy. We got to start here and then build to somewhere.
Right.
And everybody that's at the top's getting arrested or has been to Diddy parties and everything like that. So God only knows.
Yeah, all my favorite rappers.
Right. We're just playing it safe. We'll stay with the guys that just got there. You guys weren't here to go to Diddy parties.
You weren't at the Diddy party. Actually, Sexy Red looks like she might throw a Diddy party or two. But the Illuminati is the only way I can explain her fame. Hunter Watcher. There you go. Let them know, folks. Tag them.
Well, we clearly see that he has before. We were in the WrestleMania documentary. Now I'm waiting for her to see us showing up in Return of the Rocker or something like that.
Oh,
I read it and I didn't want to acknowledge it, but you could have that.
Bro. We got to call it the way we see it, and he might be accurate all around.
I don't want to say what I'm thinking out loud.
They're gonna come. Is she from St. Louis?
I don't know. Fact checkers, let us know. We're live doing this. You have the Google boxes. You do it.
I'm sure someone out there knows. MDB's probably on it already. Like, oh, she's my favorite. Right? You didn't know she made a fucking song with Metro Boomin. Yeah.
Well, yeah, Metro Boomin, Jelly Roll. That's fairly big names. More. Well, yes, we get that, but it's, you know, there's no 50 Cent ain't showing up. Eminem ain't showing up. Well, no, Eminem was at.
He was there before
SummerSlam.
Not wasn't this year. He? No, that was his
Detroit. That's what I was thinking.
Oh,
then you had Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah, this year had Machine Gun.
Yeah, Cleveland.
Yeah. As we start off with CM Punk,
like Mussolini and Kennedy. So where do you think we go now with CM Punk? I'm asking you and the chat because we both predicted that Drew was going to win that match. And now I guess I think I had to wear the CM Punk because I just need to be like Pedro and call him my daddy. If every time I pick Drew to beat this man, Drew loses. So
yeah, Punk walking ginger as fudge.
But that's how he should. This is how you sell the sell, pun intended, I guess. But 100% that match. I've seen people say that was the best Hell in a Cell match of all time. I've heard people say it was top 5, top 3, top 2, what have you. But this is how you get over how great of a match that was and how devastating of a match that was. You get over the gimmick.
I heard Uncle Dave taking some heat, or I saw on Twitter him taking some heat, and saying that the Cody Seth was way better, was much better. And I was like, okay, this is gonna be interesting. And I thought Cody Seth was good. I thought this one was better.
This one was better because that one needed it was not going to be the match it was if it wasn't for an actual legitimate injury going into it.
Big Punk chance in the arena right now. Punk's not going to the ring, Nick. He's stopping in the aisleway.
Well, the man's bandaged up. He's got a bandage over here, a bandage over there. His arm's in a fucking cast.
Right.
Could he? Well, even then, we know Drew's going to probably need a bit of time off of at least let the skull heal back together and everything. So does Punk need a little bit of time off? We thought that if Drew won, you took Punk off the shelf for a bit because he's still always going to be CM Punk. He's still always going to be a draw, and using him sparingly is almost better than using him weekly, I think.
Is someone going to beat him up?
I'm not even going to attempt to walk to that ring, so if you don't mind.
Yeah.
It hurts to smile.
Punk is injured. If Punk is injured, I'm going to bed. I think he's okay. I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything reported to the contrary. But you got to sell things. And I mean, like when you set someone on fire, they can't show up on Wednesday looking perfectly fine. They can't get the pinfall in the match. Yeah. Busta Rhymes should write a song. Hey, the most underrated man in the history of hip hop. Most of us now.
Don't stop it. My favorite. This is so great from Punk if he's even saying, I don't even feel like I won.
Yeah. Man, I just got to my own place and I had TV and internet hooked up. Just realized that members didn't include you. Well, you got us. You got us, Raw 84.
Right? You got us. And then even when you get USA, you still got us.
Right. Hell in a Cell takes years off career. John, I said it last night, man. That good old JR line of, nobody wins. You just survive.
Right.
DJ Magic J, welcome. Can I vomit, please? Because trash rap is... Yes! Puke away, bro. Puke away. Thank God. Enough. It was only this... It was 30 seconds. We can get
It was a hiccup. It was enough for what I was going to give him with calling him DJ Magic J. I was going to give him a... Burr, 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 burr.
Look, even a DJ knows she sucks.
Facts.
Just saying.
The ride or die is CM Punk fans.
And again, for all the people that shit on Punk, you can't argue with what this man has accomplished in 9 months. Punk
Not at all,
retirement?
not at all.
Not yet.
No.
What if Punk is head trapped inside a steel cage? Well, the steel cage would have to be there, Ronan. So we lost you a little bit.
Yeah. What you started off here and then ended up like way over there.
I'm wondering if someone jumps on his back too, to be honest. The Judgment Day might do it. I don't see it. I think Punk goes a little, maybe a couple weeks off.
That's why I think it's him saying I need to go away for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Seth, this is deep. I gotta thank the people who don't like me at all. It used to be you, Anthony. We converted him.
The Shimanahaya Shimanahunda. Turned your hate into cash. Remember, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money.
Right.
Oh, Vance, we take on all comers. We don't need to throw stones at tribals.
I'm in that kind of mood, apparently. Seth got Reed. Yeah, so Seth deals with Reed. Punk comes back.
I'm going to go home. I haven't seen my wife. So, yeah, this is a bit of, I got to rest up here. Thank you, everybody. It's been fun, but I've had the piss tar and leather beat out of me.
Oh, I'd like
I've seen everybody spoiling it in the chat.
Burn it down!
Oh. This is what we've been waiting for. This is the confrontation that we knew was eventual.
Right? You leave this cliffhanger, Nick. This is just a breadcrumb.
They pass each other.
As we got Bad Bunny Rollins.
Yeah. Hey, at least he's not out here. Does mother know thou weareth her drapes?
No drapes. I'm just waiting for him to break out in some fucking...
Yeah, he's Versace Shield.
Yeah. Burn it down. See? Just subtlety. Subtlety.
You don't need to get there. This is the thing, Tony Khan. You can just start a story and leave it as a teaser. Yeah. You need to set up down the roads and everything. You can't just regurgitate and just give everybody everything all at once.
Right. And the crowd didn't miss a beat with Seth. They're still singing away. Chambea, Chambea. Tell me he doesn't look like Bad Bunny's brother.
100%. I'm waiting for Damian Priest to come out with him.
Bronson is going to be a factor in this, I imagine.
Well, that's the thing. Now you've got Punk that goes away. He takes his respite. And now you've got Seth that's got to go against Bronson Reed. Punk did his part with him versus Drew. Now he gets his time off while Seth was out. And now Seth goes in and takes on Bronson, and then we get there.
And that's how you avoid people getting sick of certain people, right? Like, I think it's great. And Punk doing, leaving it with, I would love to say see you later. I just don't know.
Right. Gilly, the return of the emoji clown, not my word, but the final boss. Gilly's hiding behind Dwayne. He's behind a boulder.
Seth getting some cheers for being a little heelish at Punk.
Well, because we all know and we all want that. Whoever's heel, whoever's face, I want to see that.
Mm-hmm. And just because the fans want it, don't mean you just make it happen. You build it like everything else with a proper build. I'm telling you, Seth and Punk is going to be fun.
Right. I like Lady B here. Seth in his serious bad boy band attire. Jackson saying, bro, I wish we had USA. Well, we got you covered. We got you covered on all the wrestling action, whether it be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, any day that ends in Y.
Right. Good to see you, Lady B. Rocco, I got you already. Keep it coming, folks. Keep it coming. As we're 138, if you have 12 friends, 138 people, if you have 12 friends that you can talk into over here, I'd love to see 150 on that screen.
Or if you got a second device, we'll take a second device. If you've got a laptop and a smartphone.
Make an account for your dog. I don't give a shit.
Right. Brother Fluff saying stay safe to all my fellow Floridians. Yes, 100%. It's very much hurricane season. Florida's getting that shit back to back.
Yeah, one went one way and the other one's going the other way, but they're
right.
through.
Hit them with a left, hit them with a right. I am freaking Rollins.
Anybody wonders if Seth's still over? He is.
100%. Back to destroy Bronson Reed. Now, is this? I love this, that Bronson Reed, the one who had to miss this opportunity because of that reason and miss that opportunity because of this reason and everything, now is set prime time in a slot with him versus Seth Rollins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, again, I think. Oh, sorry, Nick.
No, you're good.
Seth bringing us in close.
He's breaking the fourth wall, folks. 2 months ago,
smashing head off the camera.
And it just static, it just fades out. That's how you cut to the first commercial.
Listen to me close. But back to your point, we knew Trips loved Bronson. You gave him, he had a great run in NXT, North American champion. Then he got released, probably against Tripp's will. Tripp got him back in. Yeah, some circumstances got in the way of other options or other plans. But Triple H should see something in Bronson, as I think some of us do. And I do think, as far as being a formidable big man heel, works for me, brother.
Right. 100%. You name the time, you name the place.
Seth Bronson, Crown Jewel?
I'd be fine with it. I'd be fine with it. Do you add a step or just regular match? Regular match, first match.
Regular match. You don't jump into the steps.
Yeah, you don't jump into steps.
Ooh, so this would be a hell of a fucking rivalry.
And instantly, though, the reaction, the pop and everything, and for everybody that sat there and was worried that there's not going to be able to fit people in 2 hours now because they had 3 before. No, now you can get all the people fucking stopwatch watching. They can just fuck off for a bit and everything, because now you started this show off with CM Punk to Seth Rollins to Jey Uso. Anybody want to complain about that? Don't worry, I'll wait.
And they're pacing really well, and it means, on a 3-hour show, maybe you got a 10-minute promo. Now we get a 4-minute promo, and Jay's out before Seth even leaves.
I think this is going to do more good than people think it's going to do harm.
That's why the idea of SmackDown going 3 hours, I don't love it. The idea of AEW going 3 hours, fucking please don't.
It is Monday Night Raw was just starting to finally figure it out and still was not nailing it 10 out of 10.
It's so hard.
Right. So I think it's much better suited if they go 2 hours. And again, it's been a perfect transition. You have Punk come out and cut a promo. Seth comes out behind him, and then they kind of have that little bump, and then Seth cuts a promo. And then at the end of his promo, Jay comes out, and they kind of have a moment, and maybe that's a thing down the road.
Right. What is that?
As we are in our first commercial break, I believe.
We're getting a commercial for SmackDown. Dude, even the commercials are good.
Well, USA's now, we ain't gonna give a shit about Raw. Y'all about to be out of here in a couple months. We don't care about y'all. We're focusing in on SmackDown. I had a SmackDown ad before Monday Night Raw tonight.
Yeah, and I'm thrilled with what they've done. The visual, everything about SmackDown since they've changed is money for me. I think they've done an extremely great job transitioning. So good on them. Main event Jey is now in your city. Yes, up next will be Jey versus Woods. If you guys want to make a prediction, let me know.
Right. Absolutely. I wanted to ask you about this, and I can ask the chat too, although I'm sure how probably most of them will answer. I know we watched SmackDown, and I think we both, or at least I was very much of the mind that AJ Styles' ankle injury was a work. It was an angle. It was very much, you're not going to have that. It would have been a shame if that happens right when he comes back. Mm-hmm. Fightful reported that it was a work and everything. Meanwhile, good old Uncle Dave Oh, he legitimately hurt it. They're waiting back on an MRI and everything. Where do you stand on that?
It felt very kayfabe. It felt very like after the fact where they're focusing on it, they got a fake doctor. We all know that guy's not actually a doctor or a trainer. He's just a dude. That's where I started questioning the validity of it. Is there a chance that he tweaked it or strained it? Maybe. But again, it just all the way it played out. I don't believe Uncle Dave. I wouldn't believe Uncle Dave if he walked out the house and told me the sky was fucking blue.
That's why we have the lovely available, right now, and everything. All profits go to the North American World Literacy Foundation to help build the center for Dave Meltzers who can't speak good. 100% go and get your, a fornicate with Dave Meltzer shirt, 100%. But how do you think this match is going to play out, sir? Jey Uso, Xavier Woods starts off first match of the show, by the way.
Yeah.
But
interesting. And you know what? Up until last week, I've been kind of petitioning like Woods. And then all of a sudden Kofi's like, you know what, bro? You can have the title shot. And I was like, uh-oh, Kofi, watch Kofi. Again, I think they've done a really good job, like KO, Randy, Roman, all of this, where we're just kind of like, who's going to turn? Is that guy going to turn? Oh my God. Was Seth mad at Jey for Jey interrupting Seth? Like, it's just constant, perpetual guessing. And I mean, ultimately, I think Xavier obviously is going to lose this one. How he loses is going to be very interesting, and how he reacts to losing is going to be interesting. Yeah, I mean, I've been kind of anticipating the Woods turn. If it's not Woods, if it turns out Kofi, I'm going to shit a cat.
I think whoever it is, whichever turn we get, which granted, it'd be so insane to see a Kofi Kingston heel turn. Kofi Kingston hasn't been heel since he had a Jamaican accent. But Xavier Woods, I think, would be the perfect heel for out of this situation. I think we probably get that conclusion in this match. At the end of this match, what have you, Kofi tries to come out, help his buddy. Hey, I helped you get the title shot here. I'm going to help you win. Oh, I'm supporting you. Rah. Distraction. I lose. And Xavier finally just fucking snaps of, to hell with you, to hell with pancakes, to hell with Francesca. I'm sick of your shit. I'm sick of you. All of that.
Yeah. And again, we saw Kingston try and pull that a couple weeks ago where, like, he's hugging Woods and the guys are showing up with pancakes. He's like, fuck off. No. Like, right. And we all agree that I don't think there's anyone out there. And if you are out there and you disagree, but, St. Lou eat right at commentary. But I don't think anyone feels like the New Day feels fresh and exciting anymore.
No.
The visual, the song, everything needs a revamp.
You're reheating a dish that's already been overcooked at this point, I feel, honestly.
And then even the caveat of, like, I want you at ringside with me. You're like, uh-oh.
Yeah, but that's why, like I said, I feel like Kofi's going to try and help. He'll end up screwing over Xavier. Because I loved it. I saw a tweet from Xavier earlier today of WWE put out a video or a highlight reel of top 10 of everybody that's taken the mask off of Ray. And WWE Xavier said to WWE, take my clip out of that. That was, accidental. I didn't mean to do that. So he's still playing very much of, it just happens. Like, I'm just trying to be me. And he feels authentic with it. So he's going to get to that breaking point here.
What's up, 444? What you doing? Swords with us. See Money Show. No, Big Dog. Did Big Dog show up?
Yeah, that's Swords.
Is that
that's
Swords?
One of the many personas of Big Dog. It's like the faces of Foley. It's like the faces of Foley.
Well, I'm putting Big Dog on the fucking.
Yeah, Big Dog won the championship. Swords of Truth is just how you doing. We're still waiting for the champ to show up. But
all right, Jackson, welcome to the Block Club.
Spaz with a $5 super chat saying, want to know how WWE is killing it. Look at the first 20 minutes here. The Punk pop to the Rollins pop to the J pop. Yeah, 100%. And we ain't playing shuffle on the playlist.
Look, Jay giving the fist bump.
So
it's just so likable.
He's 100%. So over
as fuck.
Now
the champion's over. Your main event champion is over as shit as a heel. Again, I think on both. I mean, Cody's still one of the top guys. I know some people have indifferent feelings about him, but you can't argue with the numbers. You can't argue with the analytics. And that doesn't even count. Like, you're going to get Roman and The Rock and Solo and Jacob,
right?
You know, not as part of your title picture. Like, it's insane how much is going on right now. Somebody
100%, and that's why I like the 2 hours. You get to fold things in underneath each other and everything. Sorry, go ahead.
No. Somebody said, when does the wrestling start? I was like, now?
Right now.
94% of the chat going with Jey Uso. Not surprised.
I don't blame him. Like I said, I think that this is a bit more where we get the Xavier Woods heel turn more than anything.
So, did you see it's available. If you want to own the Lucha Lowrider, it is available from Hot Wheels.
Yeah, that was part of them bringing it out and everything during Bad Blood.
The title looks great. I like the little blue touch on it. It made such a difference.
Well, it's a homage to the OG IC belt, which is still one of my favorite belts of that, where it's just like the actual like goddamn Atlas just spread out there and everything. Death Valley Driver by Woods onto the outside here.
Yeah. Polo pointing out. The one thing I noticed right away is, wait a minute, Kofi's also in black tonight. Did you go to commercial?
Yes.
Okay. Mine just jumped into commercial. I didn't even
hear you. Well, yeah. Well, I was like, am I that loud? You could hear I went into commercial? Get out of my head. Are you behind me?
Ladies and gentlemen, the show rolls on. We go into a second commercial break of the night. Remember, the over-under is at 7. I'm thinking over at this point, for sure. But yeah, lots going on here. Jey Uso taking on Xavier. Kofi at ringside. More to come, as we still have another title match at the end of the night. We imagine Sami, Gunther main event, Nick. So a lot going on here in a 2-hour show. We are back tomorrow for 3 hours because the wrestling gods love us. They're like, oh, you get 2 hours on Monday? We'll give you 3 on Tuesday. So,
hey, but we got a Wednesday off. I'll take it. The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away.
Fact. So we will be here live for NXT live in St. Louis. Randy Orton will take on Javon Evans and a bunch of other stuff going on. It's a really fun card. And AEW will start at 9 p.m. We're going to be watching both shows, and then we will stick with AEW. And again, it'll be a really nice live comparison of the two products. On paper, Dynamite doesn't feel like Title Tuesday.
Monet versus Emi Sakura for both titles doesn't do it for you?
No, brother.
Doesn't work for me, brother.
Right? Like, again, like, you have all this fucking talent. And Emmy?
You're getting 2/3 of the trios champions are fighting 1/3 of the trios champion and your world champion. Because maths.
Right? I don't understand why they didn't work that out. But again, it's just me. Same issue I had last week where I thought there was a really good opportunity for, Danielson to take on like Claudio or Pac. Instead, He goes against Okada, who's not part of the story. Anybody know what the Elite are doing? I'm lost. Are they relevant at all? They're going to fight the Private Party, I guess. But again, 5 years in the making, I suppose. Long-term story.
Well, we're still waiting to see if Kenny's going to come back, and then they're going to do Kenny and Tanahashi versus the Young Bucks is, I guess, what everybody's halfway waiting on. This is, according to pwtorch.com, the announced matches so far for AEW Title Tuesday of Mercedes Moné versus Emi Sakura in a double title match, Danielson and Yuta versus Claudio and Pac, Baker versus Willow. Winner gets a shot at AEW Women's title at Wrestle Dream.
Okay. Wait.
So we just moved past Moné.
What happened?
What?
Wait. So is Britt and Willow going after Sasha?
No.
Or going after Mariah
versus Willow. Winner gets a shot at the AEW Women's title at Wrestle Dream.
What happened to Mina? Why is Mina not in the mix? Where's Sheridan?
I'm surprised that no one's going. Well, yeah, with that even, but I'm surprised that no one's going at Mercedes with any of this. Like we even had it setting up with Stat kind of going at Mercedes. We don't have any of that involved or anything.
If you're going to call it Title Tuesday, am I wrong to hope that there was some titles on the line on Tuesday?
Well, we got two, but we are back in action with Xavier Woods and Jey Uso just throwing blows at each other right now.
Back at it, folks. Overvalued and underperformed is Monet 150%. It's not even a debate anymore.
She's taken the title of insufficient funds from one AJ Francis, I feel.
Yeah.
You lost me with the fractures, Nick. Yeah. What?
She's worse than AJ Francis.
I'll give you that.
I mean, there's some upside to AJ. AJ's TNA run's been solid.
Right.
But he's not paid nearly as much as Monet. If he was getting Monet money, I might have a different opinion. What's up to Bone? You can't handle the truth. Damien, again, I know you have her poster on your wall, buddy, but it's time to admit she's overpaid.
Everybody's here. Everybody has that one hero that really shouldn't be their hero, I feel. Everybody has that moment.
Yeah. What's up, Chris? How you doing? Kid Revos, welcome back. Good to see you. Tony's just playing GM mode on. It's just weird.
I didn't even finish the card, by the way. I didn't even finish the card.
Wait, there's more.
Oh, super kick.
Oh, a good one too.
Well, I mean, him and Jimmy threw fucking 20 of them in their match at WrestleMania. I think he'd be good at it by now. Splash. 1, 2, 3. Clean.
Lickety
My
split.
voice went high. Clean.
Lickety split. Like, worked him like
not even close.
No reason, no distraction. Good. This is where you bury a guy. Let him go rock bottom. Now he's going to throw a temper tantrum.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I like this from JV. Everyone has an Aquaman.
It's true.
Right.
Well, what a super kick. Look at the replay, Nick.
Oh,
yeet.
Hey, Jacksons. And I'm not talking about all 5 of y'all. I'm talking about 2 of y'all. That's how y'all throw a super kick. It's not a thigh slap. That's how you do it.
Baker and Willow might not be a good thing. It might not work out well. I like Willow, but how did Baker get involved? I know
she just showed up. She just came back.
Oh, Kofi gives love to Jay, and Woods is like,
he was asking for the handshake, and Woods is snarling.
Come on, Woods.
I said the same thing twice.
You put your hands on worse. We've seen the footage.
Boom.
Walks off. Let's go. Yeah.
So we're still simmer saute on Woods. We're still, just letting him slow cook.
But even Kofi's now like at the point where it's getting confrontational. Where Kofi, it wasn't really saying much. Now he's like, bro, what? Like really confronting the idea of like, what is wrong with you?
Well, we've seen them kind of do that a little bit or get close to it, and then they kind of patch it out and everything.
Right.
And they kind of go at it, and then they patch it out. But now, it's out there for public view.
No!
What? They listened. They heard everyone making fun of him for turning babyface.
Oh, look, Xavier's saying, don't help him. Don't help him.
You're right. Oh, yeah. And Kofi's running in.
We might get Kofi Braun tonight. Braun is still here. Breaker, you never know when this
spear.
Oh my God.
Braun Breaker is everything Goldberg thinks he is.
Fact.
But it's still crazy to me. I get it, but I don't like it. Like I'm so thrown off to where he came out there and let me thank you first and everything. You seem genuine. He even sat there and confronted. Oh, Braun with a spear to Woods. He even sat there and confronted Gunther and everything. We thought we're getting legit, babyface Breaker, and now he's just like, fuck you, dude.
Now Xavier's gonna be mad at Kofi for eating a spear, even though that spear was ugly. But yeah, the one on Kofi was ridiculous. I don't know if y'all saw.
Oh
Kofi.
yeah, oh yeah. Oh, this one's about to be. Remember how Roman had to hit that to put away Undertaker, and Braun just hits that like as part of his move set?
KJ, if I start praising Sami Zayn, can the Goldberg slander end?
Goldberg's my Aquaman. I'll put it that way. Goldberg's my Aquaman. I thought he was the greatest, and then I realized you ain't shit.
When I was a kid and the buildings were going nuts and the fireworks and this guy's breathing smoke, it was cool. Don't get me wrong. Especially in an era where an NWO just fucked everybody up.
We go right to Rhea. So again, I don't mean to kind of halfway halt you with that, but we're literally just clipping along now.
No, it's just nonstop. Like the pacing is insane. I love this so much better. Like we're already at the 8:30 mark. We're rolling. Somebody asked what we felt about this match, Rhea versus Liv. This match was exactly what I thought it was. I thought it was a decent match. The angle was more important than the story. Pinata. I didn't like Rhea going to the ref and being like, "Give me a minute to beat up my ex." Like that to me was a little bit much. But
which was worse to you, that or the Raquel kind of showed up a bit early, and so we got the weird finish and everything like that, to where it's a DQ, but she sits there and drags her on top of her and everything.
Yeah, it was still a DQ, but I don't mind, as we're getting another teaser for what we now believe is the War Raiders.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't mind her pulling her over because it was the DQ, but you want the visual of like it's a moral.
I don't think it was supposed to be a DQ. I think she showed up early, and the ref that point, I can't ignore you, so it has to be a DQ.
No, I don't think that happened at all. Who said that? She didn't show up early. Rhea was on the outside beating up Dom. She came out over the railing and knocked her over. It wasn't like, I don't think there was. Did somebody report that? Like, it wasn't early. That was what was supposed to happen.
You don't think that it was supposed to where she just causes the finish and still?
No, not at all. That's why they
to have the DQ finish and then still drag her over on top for the finish, for the pin. That to me, that's where I get the whole, that felt like that was supposed to, that was off.
No, I mean, again, that's happened many times before where like it's a DQ, the match is over, but the heel champion still gets that visual 1, 2, 3. That is meaningless. I can't imagine that going any other way. That's why I think they put so much emphasis on Rhea going to the outside to beat up Dom. Like, who was going to save Dom? Well, that was your hero. I don't think it was.
I don't agree with that, but agree to disagree. I don't think that they would.
Anyone else talk about her showing up early or wrong, or that spot being wrong?
Fair enough. Well, I'm giving you my opinion then. I think that the drag over spot and everything after it, I think made it seem that it was clunky. That wasn't the spot that was supposed to happen. That wasn't supposed to be the finish of that match.
Yeah,
it was still going to be the result. It wasn't supposed to go the DQ finish. It was supposed to get where Liv got the clean, got the actual 1, 2, 3 count.
No, I don't think she was supposed to. I think they were going to go for the DQ.
Right, and that's like I said, agree to disagree.
But you got to remember, they don't want Rhea pinned like that. That visual of the cheating pin that didn't matter. That's what they were going for. And the champion retains by DQ is the prettiest way to do it. Like, again, she is an undeserving champion.
But she was already viewed as an undeserving champion and everything. I think they were doing that more to where they can clearly set up the story between Raquel and everything, outside of like the DQ just felt kind of clunky, honestly.
The spot itself did feel clunky, but I don't think it wasn't the way they wanted it by any
stretch. If Raquel's the one that actually helps Rhea take her actual first kind of real kind of, again, clean pinfall, then you naturally can shift Rhea to Raquel before she gets back to Liv and everything. I think the DQ, like I said, whether it was supposed to happen or whether it wasn't, the way it was executed was clunky. And I think that very much kind of threw some shit into it.
Yeah, maybe. And I think Anthony made the comment about maybe the ref being out of position a little bit. And again, I think there was kind of like the security that was around Dom that kind of made it like it almost hid Raquel doing what she did, but they were going to go with the DQ for day one, I think.
And well, in either way, like I said, I'll at least concede of either way, the way that they executed it, whether who was out of place, if someone was early, someone was late, someone was in line, someone was out of line, it came across clunky and everything. And I will ask you this as we still are in commercial, because I did see this from good old Uncle Dave. How do you feel of how many of the matches had interferences in them? Like almost every match pretty much had a run in or had something in it.
No, Boston agrees with you, which probably means you're wrong.
Oh, thanks for that.
Yeah. PFR parrots for real.
Well, as WWE's mentioned and everything, and I know Anthony's from around that area and everything. I'm sure we have plenty of people that watch the setup from that area and everything. So 100% T's and P's to everyone that's been affected by all the hurricanes, all the tropical storms, all the just crazy ass weather going on right now. And especially, I know we talked about it earlier, Florida is pretty much lining up for round 2. So
yeah,
stay safe, folks.
Yeah, I agree 4 for 4. I thought it was weird how it all played out, but I thought the result was exactly what they were looking for. So again, I don't know what the issue was, but yeah, it wasn't my favorite. It was probably one of the lower spots of the entire night. And again, I mean, I thought Liv was going to survive by hook or by crook. So I just usually that kind of shit comes out, but I hadn't heard anybody say it.
Scott, what up? Hello. Too many interferences. As I got Braun walking backstage.
Where were you going with that?
No, Meltzer brought that up, and I was just getting your opinion.
Yeah, I don't know what was the full
of that. Almost every match had an interference and everything of it. If it was too many interferences, too many run-ins, that was the question.
Bad blood?
Yes, sir.
Punk and Drew didn't have one. Liv had one we just talked about, which we knew was coming.
Finn and Damon had one.
Finn and
tag match had one. The world title had, or the women's title, Bailey and Nia Jax had one. So every other match outside of the Hell in a Cell had one. Like I said, I'm not saying I agree one way or the other. I just was posing a question.
I think Tuna and Meltzer can go fuck himself. And again, once he holds every company to the same standard and drops his bullshit bias because of his owner or partial ownership or whatever the fucking percentage is or the free hand jobs he gets, I don't know what the fuck it is. But at the end of the day, I mean, again, if you're going to hold everybody the same standard, at the end of the day, Bad Blood was better than the last 3 or 4 AEW pay-per-views. So tough shit.
I will say this as we're getting a replay of the title announcement for Crown Jewel and everything.
What's up?
I think that you could have done with less run-ins. I'm not saying the show was bad or anything like that. I'm saying the run-ins might have been overdone. That's it. That if I had to, like, if I had to take it, if I'm now looking and thinking about it, maybe it became a trope, but I still, overall, the show was fantastic from top to bottom. It's one of those you literally have to go back and look at it to realize it, I feel.
Yeah. I think because the run-ins that we did have all kind of fit into the stories we were telling or they were telling, I kind of went with it. Like nothing felt, and I think the word overbooked, nothing felt overbooked. And even like, you know, like the Tongans come out, Jay takes out the Tongans, doesn't really get involved in the match, if my memory serves me correct. Did he? No. So again, there's like these little nuances of like Tiffany kind of got involved, but that was Money in the Bank, so we kind of overlooked that. Yeah, I had a lot. Yeah, that's fair.
What? Up? Static
on Cody?
Right.
No, the belt's ugly.
It's gaudy. It's not ugly. It's gaudy.
What's with the
Did I miss what they pulled up a Triple H tweet and I didn't read it and everything, and they sounded all somber and everything. Did I miss something? But yeah.
Rhea should have been disqualified for using a weapon on Dom. No, Dom wasn't a participant in the match, so that's not true.
Oh, we're setting up the Donnybrook.
Interesting. We go Donnie.
Right. But Michelle, what up? JV, what's been happening with the issues? Who's your what now?
Yeah, well, again, we got some static. They were showing Cody, and then it went to static, and then we kind of went, and they weren't really sure what to do. So yeah, maybe a little bit, but maybe maybe that'd be weird.
Well, yeah, Wyatt 6. Well, RM was asking if those were real issues or if it's Wyatt stuff. I don't know.
We never know. We never know with this show.
Who you got for this match, though? You going Shamo or Pete Dunne?
He called him Butch.
I like how it's a Donnybrook, so it's just like Cass and fucking Sheamus looking like someone's, wife from the 1600s and shit like that. Yeah, we got whiskey barrels. We've got, what I'm assuming is meant to be a bar stand or,
Mm-hmm. It's fight night. I like that call by Joe. It was a good call.
I do like, and I was going to actually mention this earlier when you mentioned about the sign that they had of, St. Louis Yeet or whatever it was there, of how that's become almost a thing now with this Raw commentary team. They've had them to where they've been introduced and starting to show off in the ring. You've seen them actually interact with the fans that are directly behind them, dapping them up of, hey, look at the signs of they're playing into the environment, and I kind of dig it. Like Tessitore's taken to the shit like a duck to water.
Yeah, I have one. Let me know if you want one. Break number 4. Yeah, break 4 in an hour. So we can get to the top of the hour without any more breaks. I'm on par. Base-wise.
Right.
I think Pete Dunne versus Sheamus is going to be interrupted by Judgment Day. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, why? Well, why?
Right. But while we're on commercial break, I'm going to stretch my legs and fill up my drink. As soon as I find the button, here we go.
Yes. KJ, the Scottish warrior there, is going to take a pause for the cause. The Scottish Canadian warrior taking a pause for the cause is 100%. I'm in a commercial break right now. And I will remind everybody, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We do this for anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. We're back here tomorrow for NXT. And spoiler alert, Dynamite's moved up to Tuesday for this week and everything like that. Wednesday, TK and the wrestling gods have blessed us. But, we'll still be out there doing the things on the socials and everything. Thursday, Wrestle Dream predictions. Friday night SmackDown. Saturday, Wrestle Dream. I'm actually trying to just remember if it's on a Saturday and we just don't have like a collision, and then Sunday, Wrestle Dream. But yes, I believe Saturday we'll be here for Wrestle Dream, but 100%. Nobody covers wrestling like we do. Nobody covers more live wrestling than we do. Often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated. Now you got my whole spiel. Dynamite special start time. Tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, well, we will be here live for NXT, so we got you covered for 2 shows with 2 hosts. Alexis, let me know. KC 2, Yankees 1. Oh, blood pressure rising. I feel like Homer and the Treehouse of Horror, the shitting. Urge to kill rising. Wrestling proud. Sheamus for the win. So yes, folks, let me know 100% if you already haven't, sit there and hit like, share, and subscribe. If you aren't a member of the channel, 100%. But let me know who you're taking for this match. Whether you're taking Sheamus or Pete Dunne in this good old-fashioned Donnybrook. We're out here slinging shillelaghs. Who you got in this match? Sheamus, to me, he's the vet in here. He could use with, kind of everybody wants that one last run for especially a guy like Sheamus, a guy who's been a cornerstone and is very clearly a Triple H guy. Like, they used to be workout buddies and everything. Like, that's really hard to deny and all of that. But Pete Dunne's very much, now that he's broken away from being Butch, he was always kind of Triple H's guy when NXT UK was there. If he was the first NXT UK champion, he was out there just, his guy 100% from that whole brand and everything. And then Vince made him Butch, and then all of this and that and the third. But now that he's come back here and has this bit of an edge and everything, I don't mind it. You add him, you get to them with this win, and you could say, now your division's Ilya. Hopefully, when he T's and P's comes back from injuries, you've got, you know, your Braun Breakers, your Jey Usos, your what have yous of. Yeah, I like Pete Dunne of getting the win here and really keeping it going with this momentum, this, you know, uptick of a push here and everything. And he slots in nicely already into the mid-card division, as KJ's not going to be happy, is we're going to get a special performance from Sexy Red at NXT in St. Louis tomorrow, which we'll be here live for. Again, we've got Trick Williams addressing the audience. We've got, or the crowd. We've got Roxanne addressing. We've got Oba versus Tony. We've got Randy Orton versus Javon Evans, as we've got The Miz and Karrion Kross backstage right now, and we had a little bit of Wyatt cut in a break-in. That's really interesting. Hey, R-Truth and The Miz face to face. Now would the Wyatt Six be going after The Miz, or do they tease, they intertwine with Kross? Anything like that? Interesting. Miz is having to remind Truth that he did that on purpose. That awesome Truth is actually done. Damon, was there an actual QR code, or was it just more of a staticky, you know, kind of show of the crow on the circle, the symbol there? Kyle, Nick, if you had to guess, what do you think main events NXT tomorrow, Oben, Tony D, or Fraxton versus A-Town Dunne? I don't think either of those, actually. Respectfully, I think it's going to probably end up being Randy Orton versus Javon Evans, because that's going to be a showcase for that kid, and it's going to be Randy Orton in St. Louis. I know you could argue that the other two should probably main event him, but you have Randy Orton on NXT. Randy Orton's doing the main event show. Randy Orton's in the main event of that. So that, to me, is what I feel is going to main event it. If I had to pick which, to me, is going to be the better match out of those two, I'll give you that. I would take the tag match versus Oba and Tony D, respectfully. And I know we had him teased allegedly for SmackDown, but do we see Motor City or anything show up on NXT? So Sheamus has a shillelagh, as Pete Dunne's got a cricket paddle. He's out here showing up like Casey Jones. They didn't Sheamus an entrance. No, they gave Sheamus an entrance. Sheamus had the entrance before they went to commercial 4-4. That's what it was. And now he came back, and unless you're referring to something else, but yeah, now Sheamus got an entrance, and now Pete Dunne's got an entrance. But folks, again, let me know who you're taking for this match, whether you're taking Pete Dunne, whether you're taking Sheamus. Does somebody else get involved here? Do we get a Ridge Holland, and we get, you know, a Downton Abbey reunion here? Big Nick, what are T's and P's? Thoughts and prayers. It's abbreviations. There you go. Sword of truth. You know, you can take that to the Biblics. As Sheamus is already just clubbing away on Pete Dunne here. The guy is wearing a Pokemon hat. Whoo! You can't just drop shit in there like that and just not provide context. Nick, it's too bad that you don't have Grimace at the Yankees and Bills games. That's how you should win. Yes, Christian, thank you. I am so sad that I don't have a tertiary, secondary McDonald's mascot showing up to my favorite team's games, because we expect talent to win games instead of just mascots, but I digress. As Sheamus choking out Pete Dunne with a shillelagh. Yes, thoughts and prayers. Guy on the hard cam. Speaking guy, that's he's on cam, and I don't know if he's hard or not, but he's at least on cam.
I'm looking directly in the hard cam.
There we go. You fell into it, but How you doing, sir? Yes, we're going to the Biblics.
That's it.
Like Christ, KJ has risen.
As always.
But who you got in this, Donnybrook, my guy?
Done.
Dunne?
Needs a W.
But that's the thing is Shamo needs the win, and it's kind of his last run-ish. But does Pete Dunne's always been a Triple H guy, just like Sheamus has, and Pete Dunne's the younger guy has sat there and been in NXT, has been on the rise, has popped up here, has popped up there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, it's a tough one to call because, like I said, I think 70% of the chat was taking Sheamus as they've found the bar.
Yeah, well, which interesting. I'm noticing this as people are even pointing it out of this match is brought to you by Small Batch 1792, which I can assure you is at least a whiskey.
Yeah. Oh, Dunne onto the table.
Oh.
This match is sponsored by. I like it.
Right. Well,
Great.
Speaking of 1792, I'm gonna go see if I can find myself a shot of that or something here real quick.
There you go. I got him into the bib. Yeah, there you go. There you go. As we roll along, we're in commercial break number 5, folks. We got a Donnybrook going on between Pete Dunne and Sheamus, back and forth. Get your predictions in if you haven't. Who do you think's winning this one? And again, keep it coming all night long. We got lots to go still, and the night is flying by. So we got just about an hour left in this one, which is crazy to say on a Monday night, but it's nice to say it as well. Kentucky Bourbon. I would have died. That would have been funny. They should have changed it. Sheamus graffiti over it. These two remind me of the cats that head to the bar early Saturday morning to catch the EPL games and are completely tossed by 11 a.m. Yeah, and then tossing each other by 1:30. Yeah, that sounds like my family. Great. Look like a QR code during the Miz. Yeah, we got a new QR code that popped up during Miz and Karrion Kross. Is that where is now the White Six going to go after the Miz? I don't know how I feel about it. But remember, I said, don't force our hands. Miz recently turned on his friend, which is an issue. Very interesting. Now, what is R-Truth going to think he's part of the Wyatt Six? What do you think the Wyatt Six after the Final Testament? I think the Wyatt Six versus the Final Testament would be interesting, but I think it would be another example of the Final Testament failing. Curious how they make that happen. Wyatt Six versus Final Testament should be fun. I'm surprised Miz is the focus of the feud, though. Yeah, I'm a little surprised. But again, remember when we talked about a lot of if people who betray people are an issue for the Wyatt Six. So it's highly possible that somehow it ties into all this. I'm curious what this QR code has to say. They did. Sheamus for the win. Yeah, like I said, 70% of the chat. I do believe 68% of the chat is choosing Sheamus. In case you missed it, my Halloween costume ideas should be James. Oh, okay. No. Taco Bell commercial and no Jungle Boy promo interrupt. Yeah, where's Jungle Boy? If we're gonna get Taco Bell, where is the Chihuahua known as Jungle Boy? I see why they did this match now. There you go. There you go. Tie in. I know MCMG were teased on SmackDown, but could you see them possibly showing up after Fraxium and Waller? Kyle, that was the thought. I mean, again, we thought that somehow, it was rumored they were going to NXT. A lot of people had an opinion about it. Oh, I can't believe they're going to NXT. But it looks like they might not be going to NXT. All the teasers have said to this point is coming soon. So could they still show up at NXT and then transition? Maybe. But it's very interesting. And again, it goes to show that the dirt sheets don't know very much. As we come back from break and Pete Dunne getting flung off Sheamus's back. Gilbert, good to see ya. Now that Jay is the champ, does that affect the Bloodline storyline and now that Hikuleo is on the NXT roster. How long before we see Zilla? Zilla is interesting. I think Zilla's still got some work to do, but why not bring him in and train him? Hikaleo's going to be, I kind of thought maybe they'd pull him into the bloodline right away. That remains to be seen. I don't know that Jay can't still be involved in the bloodline storyline and have the belt. I thought that Jay wouldn't win the belt because he was going to be in the storyline, but it's possible. Anything's possible with this storyline. With Roxanne Perez, Corey Jade is the lead to Stephanie and Julia. Yeah, I think so. I agree with that. Royals 4, Yankees 1. Good. Wyatt 6 versus the Final Testament. I'm okay with it. We'll see where it goes, though. There you are. And when the Miz started talking. Yeah, I wonder if it's more focused on the Miz than it is against Final Testament. You'd be very curious. Maybe. We haven't seen them on pay-per-view very much, and they've been very slow and methodical with what's happening with the Wyatt 6. So we'll see. Would rather Wyatt 6 versus JD, Bo Dallas versus Priest, etc. Could be fire. Yeah, I mean, you got a point there. And, again, Bo Dallas versus the Demon Finn might work as well. Not a terrible shout. No Lucha Bros, so Triple H had MCMG go to the SmackDown instead. That could be a reason. That could be a factor in this, right? If you're planning to bring the Lucha Bros in, put them on the main roster, now there's a bit of a void. Do you bring in MCMG to do that? Where's the weekly barricade and table spot? Not yet. It's early. It's coming. Did Cross have a match, notable match or feud with Bray or Bo in the past that we should remember? No, not that I recall, John, not off the top of my head, unless somebody wants to correct me on that. Now that King Kong, Bronson Reed, and Braun Strowman Godzilla 2 last month Monster Standing match, Hell in a Cell CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, it means Adam Pearce can have a vacation. He's not. If you think Adam Pearce is able to take a break anytime soon, there's way too much going on, my guy. What if Solo tries to recruit Jay and Jay says no? Could also be a Heyman thing. Heyman makes it happen. Heyman pulls some strings. The wise man doing wise man stuff. You never know. Wyatt 6 during QR code right now. Stoner Jesus. There you go. It could be against Cross. Has been poisoning the mind. Okay. As we have both men on the barrels. As we get beat to the Bowery. Let's go. QR code hidden in the Miz. I haven't seen it yet. Oh, this spot is crazy. Oh, we're going for white noise. Don't do it, Shamo. White noise through tables. Let's go. You might not like the barrels, but they came in handy, didn't they? Rhea's like an annoying gnat. Go sit down. Nah, Rhea's not going anywhere, bud, until she gets her belt back. Is it just me, but like Finn better as a face heel version, not working for me? Anthony, I actually think the Finn now works. And the heelish Bullet Club leader kind of guy that we had in the past, it works. He has an attitude about him. He has a sarcastic delivery when he's done right. I think that the Finn we're getting now, tag champs with JD, it works for me. We're getting This Is Awesome chance. Well, here's the good news. Adam Pearce can finally, yeah, all right. Bro kick countered into lights out. Sister Abigail on Sheamus. All right, I don't see that happening. But the pump knee to Dunne. Table spot's good, though. It wasn't the commentary table. So does that eliminate it? Match is fun. With a razor's edge. And Pete Dunne kicks out. Let's go. Yeah, it really was. It really was. But this match is cooking. It might be a gimmick match, but it's working. Do we like Joe? I don't know how to feel. I think he's doing okay. And again, we talk over him a lot. I think he's getting better each week, and I think it's bringing that emotion and storytelling to his job, opposed to just reporting. Like a sports broadcaster is different than a wrestling commentator. I think Joe's doing a pretty good job, and they're hard shoes to fill. By the way, Sheamus bleeding from the elbow. Pete Dunne with the cricket paddle. 2. Gunther versus Cody should be a Survivor Series. No, do it at Crown Jewel. Doesn't make sense anyway. Finn, calories, real hate doing the demon gimmick. He didn't say he hates doing the gimmick. And I don't want to. Maybe you heard something I didn't. Finn very much felt like he had moved past the demon gimmick. I, however, think that, and maybe I'm wrong, but because it hasn't been done well in a long, long time, that maybe you could revisit it. But it has to be special. As Pete Dunne is zip tying Sheamus's hands behind his back. Sheamus gives us bangers. The correct heel version is what works. Finn as Prince is much better as a heel. But the best Finn in WWE was face Demon Balor. Yeah. I like Prince better overall. We got blood. We do. As he's got the cricket paddle, Sheamus's hands are bound. And Sheamus hits the big knee anyway. Yes, it is. From that table spot. Oh, yeah, nails. Oh, wait a minute. No way. And Sheamus gets the win with his hands tied behind his back. Wow. Yeah, Pierce has a wrestling pedigree to him. Zip ties, yes. I believe in Joe Tessie. Ending was a bit meh for me. I liked it. I didn't mind the ending at all. Again, I was a little surprised. I figured once he got bound with his hands behind his back, Pete should win. But a hell of a match. A hell of a match. It was fun. It was a fun match. And here's Cody Rhodes. All right, Cody's got a bandage on his nose, but Cody Rhodes here on Raw, folks. Because he's facing, there you go. There you go. There you go. Sami looking at Cody being like, it could be me, bitch. Very interesting. I really hope we get an NXT version of Finn as a face at least one more time. People would be begging for him to be world champion. Bring back Balor Club. Oh. Okay. So Cody's just here to see. I think Cody versus Gunther, nobody wins because they both can afford to lose. Yeah, it's a very interesting matchup. Again, Nia versus Liv. I don't know how well that plays. I don't know what the outcome of that would be. We'll find out. To be specific, he doesn't like going into the mindset and the setup. He mentions it takes almost 5 hours. Yeah, again, that's why you do it every once in a blue moon. Sami is Snake Cody. Hold on tight. Killer suit Cody. Looking sharp. I have a feeling Cody's stubborn attitude is going to call out KO. Well, he eventually is going to call out KO. When we get back to Friday, you have to imagine he's going to have something for KO. KO beat him up. As we are going back to the replay from last Monster Standing. When Big Nick asked him what thoughts Bonix. I don't know that. Did KO give Cody a black eye? Not that I could see, but he definitely has a bandage on his nose. The KO spot was very smart and amazing. It was great. Well done. This moment, KJ, I hope I'm wrong, but I may have called it. And look at Sami's shirt, says propaganda. Ooh, you think we're getting a shifting in Sami? That could work. That could work. I'm curious. Tiff cashes in on Nia, wins WWE Women's and Crown Jewel title. Hey, again, been teasing it. You see, you got a few weeks. You got 4 weeks. Can in the 4 weeks, can you build up that fever pitch for Tiffy? I think you can. KO and Cody rivalry is going to be great to take up some time between now and Survivor Series. Great matches that will give a lot of fucks about. I'm with you, buddy. I don't mind KO. I like how they turned it. Obviously, my favoritism towards KO is obvious, but Sami for world champion, I don't see it. But yeah, I think it's going to be good. As here is the Judgment Day, and Raquel is driving. Speaking of driving.
What? I ain't driving nothing except off a cliff.
Sami for world champ. I'd be shocked. His shirt said propaganda. Propaganda? Is that what it said?
Mahatma Gandhi?
That's a favorite band.
Don't hinder the gender?
Oh, I thought it said propaganda. It says propaganda. Who wants to see King Kong? It won't be for a while, and it won't be in a Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, well, allegedly, Braun Strowman tore his groin, according to Brian Alvarez. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Adam Pearce should have called Monarch for the last Monster Standing. There you go. Crown Jewel champion.
Deep into the Godzilla and Kaiju lore with that.
Ronan's predicting Liv Morgan and Cody will be the Crown Jewel champion. It's going to be such a hard match to kind of call, Nick. Gunther, Cody, if they're both champs.
Gunther, because Dwayne cost Cody, or something Bloodline or KO cost Cody. There's so much that could cost Cody versus what could cost Gunther right now, I feel.
They're leaving. They're leaving the building.
Jackie Redmond out here hitting hard, pressing questions. Just shoot them off.
Yeah. Raquel is what Camille should be. Yes, kind of. That's the same vein.
A bit. Well, she's meant to be the female heavy. She's the enforcer. She's what Nia Jax was to Alexa Bliss.
Female Diesel. That's it, right?
That's
how you book a body.
Breaking out the hockey championships, my guy. Folks, make sure you drop in those super chats, those super stickers, so KJ can get himself a Toronto Maple Leafs, championship belt and everything like that. I see all these other channels that sit there and use their super chats to go to pay-per-views and everything like that. But no, I kid.
Right. I'll make you the same deal. I make myself the same deal I made you. If the Bills win, we will get you a Bills belt. If the Leafs win, I will get a Leafs belt, which means I'm never going to get a Leafs belt. But,
well, that's going to be literally the test of time of which one happens first.
What one cracks first?
I know what'll happen first is we'll hit 10K, and I think we both kind of made the decree of we'll get tattoos of the logo if we hit 10K. You might stream yours because you're a glutton for entertainment, but yeah,
it's true. We have hit 100 likes here on the stream, and we are in another commercial break. I believe commercial number 6.
Right. As for
right now, folks.
Who's what?
I said the over is looking pretty good right now.
Oh, yeah. But Gilbert Levy is saying, is there an angle where Sami and Jay are champions going into War Games when they help Roman? That would be really interesting. Oh, you have the guys who were the black sheep. The first two kicked out of the bloodline, the OG bloodline, are the ones that come back, as world champion, IC champ of. See, I guess you should have listened to us. It'd be interesting to tie them in.
Right. I'm going to say something wild. Liv is better. Yes! That's not wild. That's facts. Not even close. Not even a close rate.
I'm about to say something wild right now. Chocolate is better than vanilla. No shit. We all agree on that.
It's not even close. That's
like you, Anthony, but yeah, that's a layup.
Yeah, no, I'm Anthony. You're onto something here. Mercedes isn't even the best heel in her own company.
And even, again, you can sit there if you want to sit there and try and debate wrestler, what have you. Grow, that could even be a different discussion as far as presentation, as far as someone's portrayed as a heel, is presented as a heel, lives tenfold to Mercedes.
Yeah. If Tiffany cashes in a crown jewel, does she get both belts? Kind of cute.
Oh,
Tiffany gets both belts.
Depends on who she pins.
Right? Nia finds a way to beat Liv, and then
could that be to where she cashes in and she takes the belt off of Liv?
Woo! No, maybe. 3 matches, 47 commercials. That's a bit extreme, Paul. Bit extreme.
Yeah, it's what, 3 matches for 6 commercial breaks, 5 commercial breaks right now. Yeah. But I mean, and we're into the last 4. Think about this. Everybody, just let's all have a collective woosah as we're into the last 45 minutes of Monday Night Raw. And I know most of you weren't hitting puberty before we could say this, but yes, Monday Night Raw is 2 hours tonight. So let's all just woosah and just, Master's giving us a sock. Dobby is a free elf. We don't have to be for another hour of wrestling.
Mm-hmm. But technically, we're an hour and change in, and with all the stuff that's happened so far, including, a longer Donnybrook match than the average match, a couple other matches. We had Seth, we had Punk, we had Braun Breaker Angle. Yeah, again, we had Miz in the back, we had a QR code. A lot has happened.
I'm going to say something that's going to sound controversial, but really isn't if you think about it. A wrestling show isn't all just wrestling matches. It is still promos. It is still this. It is still all that. You watch a horror movie. It's not all people getting killed. It's not all slashing. It's not all fucking, somebody getting, ceased to be and everything like that. You watch an action movie. It's not all guns blazing everything.
Naval Rain.
Everybody's Page shaking hands with Adam Pearce. So maybe your newest member of Monday Night Raw. Hey, you had CM Punk out there. I'm going to just go to sleep you just cuz. So maybe I got to get back at you, my guy.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
He's saying Punk cost him his championship.
Yeah, we're going to course correct and get this whole thing back on track. I don't mind her, though. I'm just so glad you came all the way to St. Louis just to complain to me. I know you hate her. I know. Hot take against you. I don't mind Ava Rain. Right. Well,
how do you?
They went from tolerable to insufferable. So,
Ava Rain,
Sexy Red
around Wendy Chu.
What?
We got Ava and Sexy Red. Yeah, no, I don't care.
the 2 most women in wrestling KJ can't stand, Ava Rain and Sexy Red, in the same segment together.
All I need is Sasha Banks to show up and I would just puke.
And this man's out. I'm over it. I'm out. Have a good night.
There's a thing I saw on X. Thank you for the $5 super chat from a Mud Choke Stand. Would you trade Ripley for Sasha back? No.
No,
I wouldn't trade Rhea for 20 Sasha.
Yeah, you're trading your starting quarterback for your third stringer. Like, what are we doing? Right. We've got your girls, the Unholy Union, Isla Dawn and Alba Fire coming out right now.
I've been watching Raw since '93. Okay, high five. Me too. And
no flex zone. No flex zone.
I've been watching wrestling since '87. I don't know what to tell you.
Congratulations on being older than I. But yeah, no, all due respect, good on you. But yeah, that's not a flex that you think it is. As Pure Fusion Collective coming out right now, they just took Dijak's entrance. That's literally what they did. That's Dijak's entrance. It fucking is. It with the bullet holes and the rain, the Sin City vibe and everything. Yeah.
That's why they let Dijak go. We're like, we have better plans for your shit.
Why pay you to do the one entrance when we can get 3 to do the same entrance?
Yeah. They treat Riyadh as its own universe in MCU term. WWE and Riyadh is like the Quantumania.
Yeah, it's Quantumania. Yeah, 100%. The Quantum Zone is Riyadh. They that's play money to them. That's why they still wanted to book Yokozuna and didn't realize he's dead. Like you always like to say, well, then write him off the list.
Yeah, I mean and that's why I don't sweat the Crown Jewel shows. I know the fans get all up in arms, and I mean, would the world be better without them? Maybe, but it's so much money. It's what it is. Guys, here comes Natty.
I hate that she doesn't have her own music. She just has Brett's music, because every time I hear the guitar riff, I'm just like, Brett, no. Yo,
we're having a 8-woman tag.
We're getting a cavalcade of women out here.
We got 5, so maybe a 10-woman tag. Let's go.
But so we have Natalya out here with Chance and Carter, Zelina Vega, and Lyra Valkyria. I don't know why I almost wanted to call her Ilya Dragunov, but yeah, Lyra Valkyria. And we've got the Unholy Union pairing with the Pure Fusion Collective. I thought that was going to be the match.
No. The heels against the baby faces.
The Goss versus the Preps. Stay golden, Pony Boy. We've got the Outsiders versus the Preps right now.
All right, folks, get your votes in. Who you taking? Team Natty or Team PFC? You always had Brett's music. It's like a remix. Not quite.
No, it's just bad. It's just Brett's music. That's all it is. It's just Brett's music.
It's not exactly the same as Brett's. And again, here we go. The clustery fuck is upon us.
What is called an orgy? But yeah, are you going to be the Jimmy Hart of out there, or the Vanilla Ice of, instead of dun 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 dun, it's dun 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 dun. It's is the difference. That's the difference between her music and Brett's music. Is a minor tone.
Bird Lady for the win. Maybe. Oh, look, great minds.
I'll take Team Heel. I
don't even know what the fucking thing.
Fusion. I'll go Fusion. I'll Fusion dance with you, sir.
What's happening? Another Spaz, $2. More women than TK will book for the rest of the year. Team Bird Lady, F the Preppies, Jabroni.
Well, it depends on if you're counting all of the 7 shows that TK has to book women on. So he still might have more matches because he's got more platforms to go across.
Right. As we go to commercial breaks, folks. And right now we got a 10-woman tag. Get your votes in. Who you taking? 71% going team. Dun, dun, dun. This match is pointless. It's a filler match. That's all it is.
But again, I still find it funny we're going to have this match and it's continuing on stories and everything. But this is the same group that the same group that's going to sit there and say wrestlers going to leave WWE because it's going from October to January of 2 hours on Raw instead of 3 hours, that there won't be enough TV time, are going to be the same ones that bitch that these people are getting TV time. It's like, well, I guess there is no pleasing you.
Yeah, and not every match is paramount. Not every match has to mean a whole lot. But some matches like this one just kind of show off your division. Like they're trying to flex a little bit like, look, we got some tag teams. And again, in one breath you hear people say, well, they don't use the tag team or they don't use the women or and then they do, and people are like, well, this is fucking stupid. Why are they doing this? So we kind of can't win to lose. At the end of the day, is this match like an epic? Like, not every match is Punk Drew. Like, it's just the way it is.
Right. MDB, if you all better put some respect on Shazonia's name.
Who's heard of the right stuff by the new? I prefer the white stuff by Weird Al Yankovic.
I thought you were about to say the white stuff by Tony Khan.
By KJ White.
Snort, snort. Oh, snort, snort. Oh, I booked this.
Mistake. It is not a mistake. 3 hours is not good for any wrestling show. I don't want SmackDown 3 hours. I don't want AEW 3 hours. I do not fucking want Raw more than 2 hours. 2 hours is your pocket to get in and out and not have extra shit, extra filler. 2 hours is the attention span that you're maximizing. 3 hours has never been the best of things, and I don't want it. And again, going to 2 hours is not a mistake. And again, they didn't have a choice.
2 hours makes when you go to a 3 to 4 hour pay-per-view feel different and feel much better and everything like that. And you're very much able to pace everything better. Like for everyone right now that's in the comments, that's in the chats, that's watching us or what have you, that disagrees that they need to stay at 3 hours, that 3 hours is better, what have you. Show your work, please. Please put a comment in the chat, what have you, or anything that explains why you think that it's 3 hours is better. We'll hear you out. Trust me. We've had this discussion. We'll hear you out and everything.
And for all the times we sat here on a 3 hour Raw and people said, Raw's too long. Raw's too long. Why are they doing this match? Why so much talking? Why so much filler? Now we reduce it and fans are like, oh, I can't believe they did that. Listen, they might be going back to 3 hours when they get to Netflix. But at the end of the day, 2 hours is perfect. 2 hours, all wrestling shows. It should have never gone to 3 hours, ever. There was no need for it. They've never done it great.
It's crazy to think that it's been 12 years. Like, literally, respectfully, I know some of y'all that have watched us and everything like that. Like, some of y'all weren't hitting puberty when Raw was still 2 hours and everything like that. Like, some of us were used to this. You had the 2 hour wars go back and forth and everything like that. This is a little bit of the 3 hours was 5 guys throwing, all the extra fries in your basket and everything like that. And now maybe they skimped a little bit and you're all of a sudden of like, no. But you kept throwing out the last half of the fucking bag that they were giving you when they gave you the 3 hours and everything.
Yeah, I don't necessarily agree that this is very AEW. I don't think AEW was the first one to do a match like this. And again, you actually have a referee and you actually have people on the apron. Just because it's a 10.
I know y'all have 140 characters. It's almost damn near the shit on like Twitter and everything. Y'all can actually explain yourselves a little bit and everything. I know we got a lot of people in the chat and everything, so we missed some comments and everything. But at least explain your shit. Don't just throw shit out there and deal with it.
Yeah. Paul, this thing about the racism, again, when you are doing so good, when everything's going well, that's where you find people nitpicking to try and find holes. So you make shit up, or even the belly, I can't believe this happened, or I can't believe Hell in the Cell went first. And it's just when you're doing so good, people will always find something. But collect your haters and bring them with you. Trust me, we bring them all with us. Let's go.
I like TLD here of I want 5 hour weekly shows and 8 hour pay-per-views. Just kidding. Right.
And again, when you have a 2 hour show and you do a 3.5 hour, like last Bad Blood was 3.5 hours. It was basically an extended Raw.
Right. Boston, how was it? They threw 10 women in a match with no build or filler. Exactly what AEW had.
Where have you not watched the last 3 Raws, my guy? Again, if you're going to come at it, make sure you do your homework.
You took the words out of my mouth as Lyra picks up the win. But yeah, 100% of they've been building this.
Then the kickstanders came back last week to pick another fight. So again, I love that you like to try and be the skewish guy on the chat, but you're not right.
Belly aching. Main event girl, I'm happy for 2 hours on Monday Night Raw. Trust me, like we joked about it. It's we're Dobby out here. Dobby is giving Master's giving Dobby a suck. I'm a free elf now. I don't need to be here for 3 hours. I can sit here, get in and get out with 2 hours.
Nick Khan said if he had his way, he'd go 4 hours, and I don't want it. I fuck you, Nick Khan.
Not me, Miss Khan. If me and Tony did the fusion dance,
damn you, Khan.
Khan.
Raw should be 4 hours. Enough out of you, Keyshawn.
We have proof that 3 hours didn't work. Yes, John C. They've been doing it for 12 years, and they managed in the last 6 months to figure out how to do it.
Was that Sami on the poster? Did I see that wrong? Or did they
I think you did. I think you did.
Maybe it's just wishful thinking. Almost the whole month. Plus, again, it's this idea that we just want to show everybody that there is a division that's being built that has sucked. Nick and I have been so critical of WWE's tag team divisions. We're finally getting some highlight of these are some ladies we are working with in tag teams right now. And it's more than most companies.
KJ got Sami on the brain. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Apparently. 3 hours doesn't work on not as a weekly show. It's been a struggle, and they've had to fight an uphill battle to make 3 hours work as a weekly show, and especially on a Monday of all dates.
Well, if tonight was a 3-hour show, the Seth Rollins promo would have been 12 minutes. The interaction,
and we would have had 10 people in the chat saying, "Oh, the promo went too long. The whole show has been nothing but promos." As we're kicking off with Sami Zayn right now.
We're ready for the main event.
Yeah, think about it. How many people out here? We're still having the whole conversations. We're still back and forth bantering and everything like that. We're all still fresh as a daisy out here. And we're just into the last half hour of Monday Night Raw here. We're into the main event. This is how wrestling should feel, did feel, could feel.
They did. Look, Ryan confirming what I said.
Y'all the vitamins. Y'all need to share. Share with the class. Share with the class. MDB. So MDB's agree with you. Curtis saying break 7. All right.
Yeah, break 7. We still got 30 minutes to go.
Well, yeah, we're going to a break right now.
This is gonna be a long match.
This is the last match. Well, could you get Goldberg?
I really hope not.
Me too.
I really hope not. Ever since Triple H took over, they were struggling with 3 hours. The shows went quick and were good. Yeah, and you know what? That is fair, but it doesn't mean he wants to do it. It doesn't mean it's easy to do. And again, this might be temporary, so it might be a moot point at the end of the fucking day.
Yeah, that's the thing. This is still, we at least now they get to see how this goes, how they can do with it from October to January. So we've got 2 months to do it. And then we go to Netflix, and then it could be a whole new ballgame. We could get 2.5 hours. We could get 3 hours. We could get 2 hours with a run over. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't. That's the thing. I mean, again, it's kind of a moot point, but I find it funny because we sat here for so long and listened to so many people hate 3 hours. And the first time it's gone, people are like, this is stupid. Why?
It's too short. It's too short.
Oh, now I got to go find something to do for an hour.
I can't be on Twitter and bitch for an hour.
I'm going to hit the fucking pillow. Quick time. Gunther for the win. I guess we should ask. Who's winning?
Yeah. I'm going to say, I'm going to be a fat kid. This is actually time to eat. But, guys, we're in commercial break number 7. So, this is right now the make or break. If we've got another commercial break in the last half hour,
we got
anybody that predicted the over, you win. We need to get in touch with like a DraftKings, an Underdog, FanDuel or something. Again, hashtag not sponsored. But I think we've really cornered the market on over-unders of we're not betting who wins the match. We're betting on commercial breaks of how greedy our pockets.
Right. I know you're heartbroken, but we talked about this 316. If you keep bringing the same people out all the fucking time, you get tired of them. So you had a little teaser with Liv and whatever, but you let JD breathe. They'll be back next week. Not the end of the world. Be okay. You'd be all right. There's a lot of other wrestlers on the show.
But that's the thing, is you allow stuff to breathe. You allow stuff to set in. Like, you allow stuff to marinate, to permeate, to ferment, I guess is the term I was looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, another very solid point by C Money. He saw the Crown Jewel poster too. I feel like they showed two. Like they showed one then the other, as like this could possibly be a thing.
Well, I mean, fair enough.
I didn't make it up. I'm
showing you the options. I mean, you were out there beating up Cody Rhodes in parking lots. You're not a man to be trusted at this point.
There you go. Who predicts Goldberg is going to cost Gunther? I don't.
Nobody.
Not a fan of Raw being 2 hours. I will be happy when it goes to 3 hours. Again, it's so funny. I still rather 2 hours. Don't get me wrong. That's more props to trips, and we're making 3 hours. And that is a thing. Like, I mean, in all fairness, if there was ever a time not to go to 3 hours, it was now. You know what I mean, Boston? Like, you were kind of right. Like, of all times, like during all those shit Vince McMahon shows, where was the 2 hours then?
Right. Well, and it is a bit of happenstance and perfect timing of this does coincide with USA pretty much saying, well, if you're going to stay here for the 2 months, like USA and WWE have broken up, but if you're going to still stay here until you find a new place after you've broken up with your ex and everything, you know, you can sleep over here for like 2 hours and then you need to get your shit out of here type of thing. It's that kind of vibe of, we ain't giving you the full stay. You don't live here anymore. You just stay here.
Yeah. Oh, it is true. That does make me sad, but we will be here for 3 hours tomorrow, folks, as we have a huge night, as NXT will go up against AEW Dynamite Title Tuesday. We will be a 3-hour show, so if you do love us, there you go.
And still 100%, we still do have all the social medias and everything circulating underneath us and everything like that. We do have the Discords, we do have the Twitters, we do have this, that, and the third. So 100%. If you miss us that much, MDB, there's other ways you can reach out.
Thank you so much, Anthony. I just thought I was crazy. Which doesn't mean I'm not.
Right. Your Honor, that doesn't prove that this man isn't crazy. That just proves that he might have been right on the situation.
Right. No brother love show. Boo. I'm liking the Raw 2 hours. I think it was just been fast, been clean, not a lot of wasted time. Even though maybe the 10-woman tag match wasn't the best.
I still like, though, I mean, I started to go into Arnold there. I like it so much, but yeah, I'd be out cold by 10 p.m. on Mondays if it wasn't for y'all. Yeah. There was someone else out there that said, like, oh yeah, Lady B, I appreciate it. I could not make it past 10:37 p.m. some nights. So yeah, of 100%. I mean, if we're the ones sending you off into that sweet good night, I mean, good on you, but yeah.
Thank you, Ryan. I thought it was crazy. So, and then they transition. Again, this kind of like the tie-in a little bit. You have all these women that are potential tag contenders, and then remind everybody we're getting a tag match next week.
Right, absolutely. I was about to say, and that's again. Now you saw all the contenders this week. You don't need to see them next week because now you see the contender. You see the championship match and everything. We're getting Kofi versus Braun next Monday as well. So you called that one.
You gotta go home, but you can't stay here.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. And realistically, the last thing we want to do is lose any hours of content. But again, it just makes everything kind of fresher, stronger. Doesn't, again, it is what it is.
We are human beings too. I will be John Merrick. I am not an animal. As Gunther coming out right now. I still wish he came out with like the coat and everything. And I still do miss the dun 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 dun. It was so imposing. Again, buying a Goldberg and everything. Goldberg's music with that of you felt dun, 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 dun. He felt 10 times bigger than anything before he even came out. Gunther had that with, the symphony and all that.
Yeah, I don't think, I mean, it's been so long removed from it, and I still think the music he currently has is still one of my favorite entrances. I love that song better, you're right, but I don't think it's changing the viewpoint of Gunther in any way, shape, or form.
Well, I can still miss it and want it, damn it.
We all know Gunther's winning tonight, posters or not. Yeah, I mean, you got to make us believe that he could lose. I don't think he's going to lose.
Suspension of disbelief.
71%, 70%. Wow. So 30% are taking Sami. I'm shocked with that number.
As I do like this, as they dim the lights, you get to like almost that UFC kind of vibe with the 8K camera.
It's crazy. Sami in your living room. Yeah, I'm with you, Z-Man. That's exactly how I feel. Again, I mean, we'll be here for all the hours, but I just think the 2 hours is cleaner.
100%. To me, it's more action, less filler.
Yeah. I mean, okay. I get Anthony's take here. Yeah. Divas era might be a bit not nice, but we're
right.
Two hours also means that Nick can't give us the Irish goodbye during the main event.
Exactly. I got to be here the whole time. I can't just, the Midwest goodbye, the Irish goodbye. Yeah.
I can't lie. Love him or hate him. I think Logan coming back full time will be fire. Backyard all day. Logan as a full-time competitor will be very interesting. He garners a shit ton of heat, and there is a level of talent there for him. So strap in, strap on. I think he's got something to bring to the table.
I want to see how much they can maintain it week in, week out.
I think they'll be good with them. I think it actually
it's good spotty, but if you're doing it week in, week out, does it run its course?
I actually think it hurt him to be in and out the way he was, because as he was developing his heat, he would kind of vanish and then return.
Fair enough.
And I do think if we're letting things kind of breathe properly, and then I do think he'll be okay. I think it will allow him some more consistency in actually what he's doing.
Right. No, I'll give you that. As Sami dumps Gunther out on the ringside here. Oh, where was it? I like track of 2 hour Raw equals excuse to watch Friday the 13th movies afterwards, like back in the day. There you go. I'm a sucker for Jason.
I recommend all y'all out there, find somebody that you really like spending time with. And when Raw goes off the air, play with them a little.
I mean, y'all do you.
Is Gunther going back to his past physique? I don't think so. He got a little flab showing up.
He had, a little bit too much of that soul food down there in Atlanta. As we go from that to John C. saying, I love the fact that Papa Paul is cutting the fat. I was like, whoa, aggressive.
John Cena versus Logan Paul will be the first feud on Netflix when they go there. I don't know that's going to be true.
That's not a bad shout though either. Like that's the thing I don't know it, but that's not if that's one of the play options, that's not a bad play option.
Mm-hmm. The ring general for the win says Curtis. We can watch a movie. You guys are adorable. Gunther for the win. I just want to point out the Triple H said to Goldberg, we'll talk more very soon. Yeah.
Called the Legends deal.
Yeah, let's hope.
It's called retirement.
Raw next week is not live. It's taped. Yes, that is true. That is a true story. They are filming Raw tonight after the live, as WWE is doing a European tour next week. So it is a taped Raw next Monday.
Fair enough. I did
also Canadian Thanksgiving. So deal with it.
But y'all have Thanksgiving in October?
We've had this talk several years.
Yeah. Well, we haven't known each other several years, so we haven't had it.
We go way back, bro.
We go back to the Biblics.
this weekend coming is Thanksgiving weekend, and Tony gave me Wrestle Dream. So thanks, Tony.
There you go. May the turkey day be with you and dream with you as well.
They better not make Gunther struggle with this match. Gunther is Stallone. Sami is a donkey.
Jesus.
Gilly, I actually love that.
You gotta have faith.
Yeah, no, Gunther's going to struggle against a guy that's already beat him for a title. Let's keep that in mind.
Yeah, 100%. And still, Sami Zayn is one of those guys that just will not quit. The man sat there and took Roman to the fucking limit and everything. He's the guy that, yeah, he doesn't look like he's got the strongest dog in the fight, but you got to fucking end him to put him away.
Keep the tomatoes, MDB. Make a BLT. Call it a day. Who cares about this match? All I know, no Liv Morgan in it, my guy. I know, it's so disappointing. I
just imagine Sami Zayn's blonde, and I think you'll probably be happy somehow, some way.
I believe they could possibly go back to 2 hours because, believe it or not, writing for a 3-hour show could be exhausting. Yeah, Triple H has been public. I completely love this comment. If you were to maintain your audience. Again, I think long term, and in a world, we talk about the microwave society and short attention span. 3 hours feels like a slog even on a good night. And I mean, look, Triple H did the best he could. He entertained us for 3 hours. But he has said, it's very hard to do it week in and week out and week in and week out. If he had to, he'll do his best. But it's hard.
I think you keep all shows at 2 hours. And if they could have a run over, you don't fucking announce it. It just happens to start going, what have you.
Chief 16, Saints 7. Come on, Saints.
Oh, when the Saints go marching in.
Yeah, and here's the other question. I mean, with all this talk about Raw being 2 hours, where were all the people that, nobody really complained about a 2-hour SmackDown?
Yeah, but again, my guy, we could just beat this over the head with this. I'm more opposed to a 3-hour SmackDown than I am even to keeping Raw at 3 hours. Like, to me, 3 hours of wrestling weekly is you're doing too much. You're doing too much, and that's where we get watered down products of you don't have enough sugar in the Kool-Aid type of shit. It doesn't taste that sweet. It doesn't hit that same note that it needs to, what have you. Save it at 2 hours, and again, then we can what we don't get this week, we can get next week. Like, we got the little teases for the Wyatt 6. So next week we actually get the Wyatt 6 shows up. Okay, there you go. And then the next week, again, we get the teases and all of that.
ABJ, it's a good point. It is a challenge of the crew that's doing the job, if they can do it and pull it off. Does the match we got tonight, the 10-woman tag match that didn't really mean much, overall matter? Yeah, I mean, we'll see how it goes. But there will be nights where we have no choice. I mean, we got 2 title matches tonight, guys. So what if we got a fluffy match in the middle?
I'm going to ask this question, and you can answer this. The chat can answer this. Do you want people to leave the WWE, or do you want them to still work within their parameters and still work with presenting the best entertaining show that they can? Because you can't have both at this point. You can't sit there and say, oh, they gave us a 10-woman tag match that didn't mean anything after they built it for 2 weeks plus and everything, and then sit there and be like, well, I'm expecting people to leave the roster because they're not getting TV time. You can't bitch about people not getting TV time, and then when they get TV time, bitch about them getting TV time.
Yeah, that's it, right? And I mean, some people you might see more main roster people end up on NXT. It's a possibility. Right. Do y'all eat moose instead of turkey? No, we fucking love turkey. I personally love the fuck out of turkey. So I will be eating turkey for approximately 3 to 4 days.
Fair enough. Have you ever had moose? Respectfully.
Yes. Some moose balls, anybody?
Yo, pause.
Someone you care about, all these IWC chuds is thirsty over female. Oh, yeah. I mean, again, act like you've been You've been with one. I know.
Act like you've been one. Act like you've been one before.
It is 2024.
That's actually probably the best advice. Act like how you'd want to treat someone. Treat someone how you'd want them to treat you, motherfuckers.
I don't know. I might want to be Ugal if I was on the other side. I can't say for sure. Moose on a hockey puck. 2 Blue Thunder Bomb.
Right. By the way, we've been preaching while we've had a match going on as we cut to commercial break. Number 9.
It's my first Earthworm Jim reference in about 15 years, Christian Power. Jesus.
Well, we haven't had Raw in 2 hours in 12 years, so we're down to go back through memory lane. But yeah, Earthworm Jim, shout out.
I heard they're taping NXT. Oh, that's interesting. Possible.
That one doesn't make sense.
I'm glad I don't have to spend the 3rd hour with you. This poor MDB.
Oh, I was like, are you saying that to me? Jesus, what the fuck did I do?
I think CM Punk has it in his contract that he's never working Saudi shows. If he was smart.
Yeah, I mean, well, Christ, Sami had it for the longest time. There was the whole thing to where Sami literally would not travel over there.
Yep. This is funny. Fire. What is with all? I love these references tonight. Fire Marshal Bill. The Learning Tree. Again, if you want to compete ratings wise with NXT, don't put Jericho on the show.
Oh, but they will. Oh, well, actually, as we're in commercial break, so I can finish reading down the 2 matches that I missed of Darby Allin and Brody King to go face to face. Oh, well, that's not a match, but yeah. And then Hook will call out Taz's attacker,
which is Hook.
Hook beat up his own father.
Yeah, I think Hook beat him up.
Really?
I think it's Hook. I think Hook.
He just sits there and I'm talking to the man in the mirror.
I think it's gonna be like I want to know who did it, and then some fucking hidden camera bullshit is gonna show
QTV. Dustin brings back the GTV and all that.
Right.
Final official commercial break count 9. Well, we still got 8 minutes, but yeah. So if you pick the over, like myself, you win. Bob's your uncle.
9 in 2 hours. I said 4 an hour. That's 4.5, bastard.
Well, it's still going to be interesting when we go to Netflix. Are we going to get commercials? Are we not? Are you going to have to pay a premium to not get commercials?
That's going to be an interesting part, because if you have to pay a premium for not commercials, you're still going to get the blank spot if they're running commercials.
You get you get the TNA, like the shows, who will return shortly.
What if Jericho attacked Taz? It'd be another stupid bullshit thing that I have to put up with. And another reason for me to scream about Jericho being on my TV.
But at least you get to watch it on a Tuesday instead of a Wednesday.
What?
I said at least you get to watch it on a Tuesday instead of a Wednesday.
Bad. It's actually really bad. This show isn't built or prepared for 2 hours like SmackDown is.
What?
I give up.
No, 316. I understand. You're probably mad because you didn't get Liv too much. You didn't get Dom too much. But we've been hard pressed at times. We've had to try and shoehorn conversations through matches and through commercial breaks and everything like that, because literally this show has started off from going from CM Punk to Seth Rollins to Jey Uso to Intercontinental title match to Raquel showing up with this to Braun Breaker showing up with this. Like, it's literally, it has now moved at a pace that they were moving at with 3 hours, but somebody said it earlier, they trimmed the fat. They've moved, they've compressed everything down. So now this moves at a breakneck pace that other shows respectfully wish they could, on par with, say, SmackDown has been at 2 hours. Hello, my kick into the corner, right onto the barricade.
Yeah, and again, Richard, I don't agree. Other than the women's 10-woman match that, again, was what it was. Yeah, I don't agree. I mean, they're prepared. They knew it was coming. They're not surprised. I don't think people really understand how this business works. And you're planning for tonight for weeks. Do you know what tonight is? Tonight is the match after the Raw after a pay-per-view, where it's a reset in a lot of ways. But again, in a 2-hour show, you're getting 2 title matches. You've had some angle. You had some of your biggest stars on it. And again, you had a couple of fluffy things that we could probably done without. But this whole they're not ready for through, like it's insane. It's like they have like the third hour sitting in the back waiting to get off the bench.
Right. There's Johnny Mensch. 100%. You started it off with an IC bout on top of this, that, and the third of every other promo we mentioned, and you're ending it with a world title match. Yeah. And I'm sorry that the wrestling gods gave you an extra hour to hug and please and squeeze the person that you hold so closely and so tender.
Huluva! Give him another one.
Clothesline.
Oh, you went to break, so you're ahead.
I swear to God, I'm gonna just like walk around like this. I'm gonna walk around like Conhorio. 2 count.
We got a two. That should tell you where I'm
at. I hiccuped. You get in the replay of the clothesline?
Yes. Emmy. I don't get it, but Emmy's gonna fight Mercedes.
Oh, I thought you were saying we were gonna win an Emmy. I'm fine with that.
Soon.
We'll get there.
Yeah, Josh, it's hilarious. It's insane. WWE has hella angles like equilateral and isosceles. MDB, you stupid.
But I love it because you're cute. You know what, MDB? You're a cute. I might be obtuse, but you're a cute.
5 minutes.
Stupid, sexy Rhea Pin.
Two.
I still want to figure out
lives in the chat already. And what, we get no credit for this main event? We just that fucking dialed in to be like, how can we come at the pay-per-view or the show's even over? That's interesting.
As the crowd's just already starting to lose their mind. Are they firing up enough? But I do like this because this is going to go one of two ways. You're firing them up enough that they're going to sit there and lose their fucking gourd and cheer for Sami. And then when he loses, you pull the fucking rug out from underneath them. Or holy shit, could they actually have Sami Zayn win?
Out of one, bro. Tell me this is not a good match.
Ginger Superman does exist.
And do point out, they gave this match 30 fucking minutes.
Yeah. Oh, the Kata Hajime. The Coquina Clutch.
Sami's just going to keep fighting it off, and then Gunther's going to end it. But come on. We got 2 minutes on the clock. Come on, Sami.
Oh, we want some Sam.
We love MDB. What if Adam Cole attacked Taz? That'd be silly.
Is it weird? I'm halfway waiting for like the round to stop, and then like, all right, and round 2.
Get there, Sami. Oh, Gunther talks. It's over. It's over.
He's choking the life, the soul.
Oh my God.
The lights went down in Georgia, except we're in St. Louis here. One. Oh, the hand drops and he's instantly firing back on 1.
Yeah.
This man's blood, his veins are coursing with maple syrup.
You can't tell me this show was rushed with a 30-minute fucking main event.
You can't keep a good Canadian down as, I love that.
It's over.
Mucho bella.
What a match.
Have it to where Sami's firing up and he's, and then boom, instantly just out like a light bulb.
Yeah.
You get that last glimmer of he's got hope, and then you quickly put that out.
Mm-hmm. Perfect ending, perfect match. Sami gave everybody hope. Gunther snuffed it out. And again, you can't tell me this was rushed when we had an IC title match that went. You had a Donnybrook that went for a while, and you have this main event that goes over 30 minutes. The only thing they might have rushed was some of the middle stuff, but who gives a shit? Did you really want more of that 10-woman match?
How is this rushed when TNA isn't rushed, Dynamite isn't rushed, Collision isn't rushed, SmackDown isn't rushed, every other 2-hour promotion, every other 2-hour wrestling show isn't rushed? Like, have we been so accustomed to it being 3 hours of, really? You want some more? You really want some more?
An outstanding match.
I think this is the perfect, it's a super sweet way. And trust me.
About Sami.
Well, as we do this, as much as we do in everything, this feels so good to have breezed through and have literally have missed nothing and enjoyed every second of it. Cody Rhodes.
We got Cody.
But enjoyed every second of this. You give me another hour, we're taking another pause, we're having another match that somebody's going to sit there and say, why is this here? All of that.
Nah. Thought I was wrong. But we will take a rating out of 10 now that the show finally ended, folks. But yeah, they are setting up Crown Jewel.
Fuck you, USA. To hell with you, USA.
I went to commercial too. We're outie like a belly button.
Right. Boo words. Give me the third hour just to see Cody Rhodes and Gunther just stare at each other for an hour at this point, because boo words. I instantly am turning with everybody of why you cut off like that.
Right. But
that is 100%, like I said, of you just stay here. You don't live here. You just stay here.
Yeah. Stay tuned for next Monday. The live crowd gets so we get 30 minutes of match. That bullshit. What are you talking about? Perfect ending. 8.5 out of 10. I like that. This was brilliant.
That match alone was almost 30 minutes. Like, what are you talking about? Did you watch the same show we did?
Yeah. 8.5 out of 10. Quality show. I agree. I'm not even reading that. Wow. And we still have one more out. No. 5 out of 10. We need 3 hours. Cry me a river. Good match. 7 out of 10. I did not love the 2-hour format. Fair enough, but 7 still solid. Stay tuned for next Monday. That's funny. 7.5. I'm with Damien tonight. 7.5 is my. I think 7.
All right.
8. Wow. 7 p.m. the show.
I will ask this. Everybody that says that they don't agree with a 2-hour format, put a comment under this video after the live stream ends and everything. Actually, that's when you get your time to, speak your piece and everything, and we can actually interact with you directly. Put a comment as to why you don't agree with it being a 2-hour format, because I don't agree with you with it being a 7.5. I'm almost closer to an 8.5.
That's fair.
I'll give it an 8. I'm closer to an 8.5. I don't think that this lost a beat. Anything, I'll go in an 8, but yeah.
I give it a 9. My favorite part of the show was CM Punk promo at Bad Blood. We got Cricket Bats and Sexy Red. Yeah, you lost marks. I could have given it an 8 if it wasn't for Sexy Red.
Yeah, that's why you give it a 7.5 instead of an 8 or an 8.5. Sexy Red.
100%. If she had shown up 3 times, I would have given the show a 5. 8 out of 10. 7.9 solid show. 8-0.
If she would have shown up 3 times, she would have shown up behind you and you cut your feet out and everything.
Listen, I mean this with all due respect, and I love our chat. I love our fans. I love the people that tune in. But I just feel like there is a large contingent of very spoiled wrestling fans that pout every time something doesn't go their way or something gets taken away in a way that they don't love. Like, we lost an hour of Raw, so this show wasn't good. Just watch the show. People were giving bad ratings before we even got to that main event. And that main event could have pushed me up to an 8. There was a couple things in the middle of the show I didn't love. I didn't care about. But 7.5, 8, solid.
I will say this, of just even across the board, of I hate like the whole virtue signaling and everything, that of I hate always having to play the victim of I like this, I don't like this, of why is it 3 hours, and then the second that it's not 3 hours, why isn't it 3 hours, and everything like that. I feel like it's a lot of people, like, we boast ourselves on we are 100% live. We are unscripted. Like, you're going to be hard pressed to find a video that we've recorded before we've just done it live and everything like that.
Yeah.
Versus this whole, like, just, it's better. It's easier to more go against everything and to sit there and have a point to argue with everything than to actually embrace and actually maybe like some shit and everything.
Yeah. Like that. And you know what, Nick? I would have been an absolute hypocrite if I showed up tonight and I went, I can't believe there's only 2 hours. I've been begging for this for 3 years. 3 years of please stop.
Really, the consistent, as long as we've run this channel.
Like, please stop fucking up my Monday nights. My Tuesdays suck because of Raw. 9.7, 7.5. Oh my God, what am I supposed to do now? And use 3 hours. Remember, find a friend.
Touch grass. Hold someone that you love. Tell someone you love them. And then, hey, this is when our phrase fits perfectly. Be a friend. Tell a friend. You never know. It might change their life. 100%.
Facts. I love it. 8 out of 10. That was like ripping off a Band-Aid. 3 pie out of 10. 6.5.
Is it because we're of a vintage that we're acclimated, that we know what Raw looked like, what the wrestling landscape looked like pre 3-hour shows weekly and everything like that? Because think about it, this has been 12 years. Like, children have been born, they've reached prepubescence and everything, only knowing 3-hour Monday Night Raws.
Yeah, maybe that's part of it. Maybe we're just getting old and we can't fucking hack 3 hours anymore. I don't fucking know. 7.5, 7 out of 10. The women's tag in the IC match being short hurt the show. The IC match was all right, and it was more about Kofi and Xavier. Plus, they had an angle after the match that set up Braun's comeback, which showed him as being a liar. Yeah.
Well, Braun was weird after that. That was weird. Like, he went so babyface to so heel.
Yeah.
That was just keep him heel. Just keep him heel.
Stab people in the back, trick people, lie to people.
You can't stab someone in the back in a week. My guy, if someone shows up here and within a week, are you trusting them within a week? I know you. I know I've seen you. I can look you in your eyes. You're not trusting somebody in a week.
But that's what it was so well done of, like, you know what, guys? I got respect. We're good. And the minute Jay turned his back and looked elsewhere, spear. Perfect heel. Perfect heel.
Could it be, or is it because of that guy's injured, that guy's injured, that guy's injured? We might be a little shallow in this pool here.
We know they're not shallow at all. We just talked about, well, there's a whole bunch of people that didn't get on TV tonight. They're not shallow. So that's not the case. I think this was definitely well delivered as far as you don't really trust him. A leopard can't really change his spots, and we all thought it was weirder that he went babyface so quick, but he never did. It was
Steiner can't change his maths.
Right. A certain streamer just said tonight was rushed and bland. Of course he did. It was bland. I didn't like it.
We represent the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild.
It's the dumbest fucking shit. We just had a 30-minute main event. 30-minute. What was rushed about that main event?
Well, that's the thing. Is honestly, if you do feel it was rushed, if you do feel that you are lacking that third hour, show your work. We have the comment section. We have all of this. We have all of that for you to show your work and everything like that. Because as a wrestling fan now of X amount of years, we've been doing the channel for 2+ years and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm energized. I'm jazzercised of it's.
With a 2-hour Raw, you get Nick all hyped up and ready to say.
That's the thing, is 100%. We can still be talking here for a whole hour and everything. Normally, this is when I'm, like Boston said earlier, I'm normally doing, the Irish goodbye and everything with that. You got KJ White, the Every Night Delight, send you off to the last hour here. But now we got, time down here, hold your children, acknowledge them, hold your loved ones, acknowledge that the world around wrestling exists.
Yeah. 118 likes. We appreciate it. That's pretty good in 2 hours. I'm good with that. Right. I'm going to book my own third hour of Raw on my channel each week. There you go. 2 half. I went 7.5, guys. Like, as much as I'm defending it, I don't think it was the transition from 2 hours to 3 hours that killed this show. And again, I loved how the beginning went. Like, we complimented the fact that it was like Punk came out, Seth Rollins interrupts or comes out right after, brushes his shoulder to plant that seed. Then Jey Uso comes out and kind of plants that seed. It was a nice succession. And I know somebody said the first hour was a dud. Do they not get credit for the Punk promo or the IC title match or the angle that was happening there or any of it? Like, none, no.
Well, and to me, it's even more of you just compacted everything like that. To me, there was no missed moment here. To me, like, I know 4-4s out here saying difference in opinions are valid. Some people will adjust, and some people actually dug the 3-hour show. Everyone has a different preference. Yeah, but the people who, I guess, allegedly like the 3-hour show were very much in the minority. Right.
Well,
and it was enjoyable, but you had the same people that would complain of that segment took too long. That segment was nothing. That segment pulled away from this. This moved at a clip and at a pace. Sorry.
Was it not the IWC and certain people out there that were saying that there was too much filler on the WWE shows? Like there's a lot of gaps between the action. Tonight just went. And again, I only gave it a 7.5. I didn't exactly think it was a barn burner of an episode. I didn't. But again, if somebody likes 3 hours, great. If you don't, fine. But this is the thing we're in, and I don't think it's a reason to. My issue isn't with people having the opinion; it's with the people picking out. The same thing with Hell in a Cell. That Bad Blood was going to suck no matter what because Hell in a Cell went first. The same thing. Like tonight's going to suck because it was 2 hours, not 3. It's that preconditioned negativity. The glass is always half empty to certain people. That's the issue.
Yeah, I was higher on tonight and everything like that, but to me, if nothing missed and if anything, condensing it down almost helped it a little bit. But yeah, it doing the 2 hours, 3 hours, it's hard to have a 10 out of 10 weekly show every week or even a week, let alone. I still think it was a pretty solid show, and like I said, cutting it down may have helped it a little bit. Of you trimmed the nuanced fat and everything. Like, think about it. The most that anybody has to really complain about is what, a 5 to 10 minute 10-woman tag match of including all of your pretty much women's division on Monday Night Raw.
I didn't like it, but I did explain why they did. That's all.
Right. But that's so you're mad about, most people would be mad about 15 minutes out of the show at most.
But again, it's this pre-wiring to find the negatives and everything. And again, we complimented Triple H and what he's done in the 3 hours. This was our first one. It was what it was. It wasn't my favorite, but it did feel like a show where we were going through a lot of resets. Sami and Gunther tore it down. The Donnybrook tore it down. The IC match was an angle match. I'm fine with it. At the end of the day, it was a highly entertaining 2 hours overall. So, but that's it. Anyway, but we're going to make last call in this chat, folks. We're going to tap out and say goodbye.
Right. Well, to me, it was nothing lost and more gained.
I think so.
Yeah, it's to me one of those without trimming it down, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Of you trim it down, and I think it overall came across as a better product, and there was nothing to me that was a huge detraction because we don't have an extra hour.
Yeah. I can't wait for people to be bored in the last hour of our 3-hour show tomorrow.
Yeah, y'all better keep that same energy.
Megan Bain is done with. I didn't even know she was still in AEW. Let's be real.
Yeah, I've only seen her on GCW.
Yeah.
But
ladies and gentlemen, that is the show. We are back tomorrow, as you can see on the screen. 2 shows, 1 stream, 2 beautiful hosts, as we will be back here to grapple with all our wrestling thoughts and debates. And we are the Wrestling Utopia. We are the wrestling friends you cannot find in your real life. So bring those opinions, bring those 2 cents, bring all your thoughts. And we're going to have a fun one tomorrow, 7:45 p.m. Click all the buttons. Follow us on all our socials. And we appreciate everybody for being here and dropping their 2 cents in the chat tonight. Back at it all week long, folks. It's going to be a fun one. But that's all I got. Like Sami, I'm passing out.
Yeah, well, like the quarters and change out there. And get to the chopper. Yeah, you need to do it. 100. I Jack's not around, so I can't. I gotta slide it in when I can. But our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. When you're talking about that wrestling, you better put that for life with it.
2 shows, 1 stream tomorrow night. See you then. See you on the flip side. Good night.